Hey, this is Matthew Harvey here with the 12 o'clock siren recording live at the 903 Broadband Studios at the Cowboy Corner on the southeast side of the downtown Leonard Square. On my left hand is James Twisted T. Hartley.
I like that one. That's a good one.
What do you think?
I like that. Yeah. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't have that on my 2020 bingo card.
Boy, I didn't either. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you too, man.
It is January 1, 2021.
Yeah.
And it is actually a noon 30 podcast here on the square.
We almost made it. I mean, we did make it.
Yeah.
You know?
We got through it.
We got through that part.
To the other side,
yeah.
But it was just a year.
Did you see Lex Friedman, what he posted on his Twitter?
I hadn't.
It's a little bit overly intellectual, as Lex Friedman tends to be.
Mm-hmm.
He said 2020 was a test for the software that runs the simulation. Bugs were found, humans survived, new version deployed. Let's make 2021 an amazing bounce back year. Love you all. They ran the bug detector.
Glitches are going through.
Yeah, we got it patched.
Beta tested.
Yeah. I hope that's the case,
scary.
man. I really do hope it's the case that everything's going to be good looking out.
Oh, yeah.
The Magic 8 Ball is it's unclear. You know,
mine was just bubbles.
Yeah.
I couldn't see a message. It was just bubbles.
Try again
I
later.
shook it too much.
Yeah, try again.
You remember
later.
shaking the ball too much when you were a kid, that little toy, and
Yeah.
of course it wouldn't work until those bubbles went away.
Absolutely.
That's all it was good for, was shaking, giving you 3 possible answers to life.
So let me tell you,
What you got?
2020 was not my worst year,
Okay.
but it was the weirdest.
Agreed.
Like for me personally, it was for me personally and professionally. The year was fine. Got to spend a lot of time with, family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely the weirdest year I can remember.
It had the most restrictions, and I'm not saying that in like the well, I guess I am
mask
saying that.
mandates.
Yeah, but I mean, you couldn't do things. You just
Yeah.
couldn't do
No
things.
concerts.
No concerts, exactly. I mean, that's a big one for me.
Yeah,
I know I'm almost a year into no concerts.
which is strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the last concert I went to,
I know
was
we've talked
Slipknot.
about this. Mine was the Eagles. It was in
Yeah.
like February, and it was right before, because I remember coughing on the people in front of me. Thinking, it ain't going to matter,
Yeah,
It's going to be gone. Oh, well, here we are.
here we are.
Ain't
And
coming here.
And the truth is, it's not gone yet.
Correct.
I mean, we still have really high cases, and
Yep.
I don't know. It's just it's weird how we're almost a year into it, and
We're calling it It.
yeah,
It's not even a name now. It's just
because
it's gone.
It's the event.
Yep.
I'm sure it's the same way people talked about 9/11 just afterwards, and how people talked about the Kennedy assassination. But how tribalized. We talked about this during some of the COVID podcasts about the politics and how tribal we've become, and post 9/11, everybody kind of united. It was not the case
No.
in this pandemic.
Yeah, it wasn't a uniting cause, that's for sure.
No.
But it hit in the middle of the biggest political unrest that we've seen in our lifetime.
Yes. Well,
So that's why.
Exactly, and I think too. But it's funny how I think most rational people, and there's more rational people than irrational people. We just see that a lot because of the media and social media and whatnot. But most rational people have ebbed and flowed with their thoughts on the virus, and as we realize, okay, there's a few 100,000 people dead, so it's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are still people out there that thinks it's a complete hoax, like that there is no coronavirus.
Right.
On the flip side of that, there are people out there that think if you leave your house, you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really strange how it kind of calcified some people's entrenched beliefs.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a little odd touch point for you there.
Oh, man, COVID. Well, back almost a year ago, on January 7th, we did our first podcast of 2020.
So
do you know who it was with?
I don't.
Ms. Dumpster Diva.
Oh, wow.
She was the first one of the year.
We're going to see her today?
I think so.
Nice.
We might have a little. We've got some things lined up too. Miss Dumpster Diva,
Matthews.
Melissa is coming in about 2:00 or so.
For y'all that don't know, Matthew's been up here being a logistical guy. He's been pulling strings, getting people lined up.
Trying to get some folks in here, some old guests. We got an announcement to make. We've got a few people lined up.
What was I doing, you ask? Sleeping, mostly, while
James
Matthew was working.
taking a nap.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, Miss Melissa Cervantes came up here, and we kind of welcomed her to Leonard man, she's got a beautiful house now. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Thing looks great. They just got their cement work done, I believe.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice, pretty driveway, and then they opened up the shop here on the square, a couple doors down from us.
Things are happening even in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get the update from her.
Sure.
See how she's been doing.
So we didn't do a January 1 episode last year. Huh?
No, we did a year in review last year, but it was in December, and it was actually December 20th.
So I wonder why we didn't do a January 1. Did we even talk about it? I don't remember. Or
It was a year in review, like an official, but it was
Yeah.
just not in the new year. Yeah. I mean, because 2019 didn't matter.
It didn't matter. Yeah.
Then we did the Leonard Holiday Tournament in between.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of our focus last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I saw Coach Wrinkle shared that the other day.
He did. Yeah, it was a
Thank you,
good time.
thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
We'll have to get back down there and do the food truck yard thing in Austin.
Oh, yeah,
he
invite
said
him.
he wanted to partake with us next
We got to
time.
make like our own little challenge,
Yeah.
like food truck challenge.
Yeah. Okay, so that was.
Then we talked to Jake Little
Yep.
of Hydrology.
Yep. Unfortunately, hydrology was a casualty of the COVID.
Oh no,
Didn't make it.
that's no good.
Yeah. That's
They work well though, my lord.
I know. Could use one every now and then.
Today,
Maybe.
we talked to Mr. Justin Perry of
did.
J&L.
I was in Alaska during that.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, you phoned in for it.
I phoned in for a little bit. I was sitting at
Yeah, where were you?
I was sitting at like a parking lot of an REI in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Cool.
I'd gone in to get some stuff.
Fitting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Outdoorsy.
Yeah,
You know?
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's all there is, REIs and gas stations.
I was just asking, like, well, what's the weight on this backpack? I got to save ounces, you know? You're outdoors, weight matters.
Every ounce matters.
Yep. So,
Ooh, after that, we had a big one.
what's that?
Mr. Eddie Sutterth.
I don't want to revisit that one.
He, no, you don't. He won the Legacy Award this
He
year
did.
in Leonard.
He did.
We interviewed Mr. Mark Blackerby, the Citizen of the Year.
Well, hold on.
We've already interviewed Eddie Sutterth.
I want to go back to Eddie for a second.
Yep.
That's when I realized after living here for now the majority of my life, it's Delby, not Delba.
Yeah.
He-
Really?
Yeah.
I'm probably reacting the same way I reacted then. You didn't know that?
Had no idea.
That's one of the first things I learned when I moved here.
Man, I was not in class that day. I was absent.
I have a feeling Greg Oden told me it because I
Oh.
think he lived out that way
Okay.
in Delba. Is that where Ratty's is? Is that Delby?
Yeah. Yeah. Ish.
Nobility.
I think it's
area?
all kind of an idea.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
really
the
is.
mid cities. Where does
Yeah.
it stop? Where does it end? You know,
It's just a state of mind.
it's just a state of mind, man.
Eddie was fun.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good little interview.
Yeah. I had
And
a
boy,
foot in the mouth moment there.
he sure
almost.
did.
Well,
Came up big after that with Coach Houston Nutt.
yeah,
That was fun.
That was an interesting one. That was our first big time one.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, made me a little nervous talking to him.
Yeah.
Have him come in here and criticize my equipment and
But
and
what did he say?
methodologies.
What did he say?
I think he said it was really well done.
He said,
or
"Hey
he's-
guys, this is well done. It was as professional as anything I've been on."
I'll have
That's
to
what
go
he
listen
told
to
us.
that again. Give
Yeah.
me some affirmation.
Yeah. So it was
Let
good.
me know I'm doing the right thing here.
Yeah.
So when I get down, I just, okay, Houston, thanks.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Coach Nutt.
The Siren Zone, Coach Nutt.
Yep. What do we got next?
Good times there. Oh, here's a big one. Man, we were on a roll.
Mm.
RC Kuhn.
R.C. Kuhn. We'd like to have him back on.
Yes.
We need to get
And
him
we had
back.
planned on that.
Yeah.
And this is about the time where things were going
Sideways.
sideways. Yeah, February 11th is what that day was. And we got him in here to talk. And he told me he was really worried about it. Stayed up really late that night, just concerned and just worried he wouldn't be able to talk or whatever, come up with the stories. And I saw him the day after that, and he wanted to come back on.
Yep. Nope.
So I hate that we haven't had him on yet. But he is an older man, and we just don't want to be.
No, yeah.
Don't need that kind of
karma.
karma and
Keep
guilt
that,
on my conscience
yeah.
there, you know.
Keep that juju away.
But he's still doing good.
As still Leonard's
was-
most senior citizen.
Yeah, I think so. He's got to be. Nobody's gotten older than him since then, have they?
I don't think so.
Like some other old person
Yeah,
moved in. Yeah.
There's a rivalry now.
I wonder if there's like a circuit of old folks. that just want to be the oldest in the town.
They move every couple years.
That's interesting.
Sounds like a Judd Apatow movie or something.
Yeah.
Apatow.
Then we had our first 2020 campaign series. J.R. Strickland came in, who was running for Fannin County Constable.
I don't think he made it.
I don't think he did he?
So sorry if we hindered you.
Yeah, if it was our fault, we apologize. Sometimes you don't take everything somebody offers you.
Yeah, I know. Noel came on and he got in, so
that's true. 50-50.
We're batting 500 here.
Yeah, I mean we're nonpartisan either way.
Oh yeah.
We don't even vote.
The siren, yeah. We don't vote. we can't.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted to be biased, I couldn't be.
Yeah, that's true. Episode 25 on February 19th, Guy Charles and Taylor Manning.
Are we going to hear from them today?
Yes.
Nice.
They said they were going to call in, and we'll get them on the phone.
Yeah.
They're going to call in and catch us up on their 2020.
Nice.
Things they've seen and dealt with. I'm sure they've seen it all. Then we recapped that, and of course there was the infamous episode that never was.
That was supposed to be with Lieutenant.
Ooh, I just drew a blank.
I just drew a blank too.
I've got his show notes over here still.
Oh man. Oh come on. He's Celeste native. Clint Lawrence. Yeah. So. But
I've still got his show notes here.
He stood us up, man.
He stood us up.
I wish I could say that's the first time that's happened in my life, but
He stood you up before?
no, not him personally.
When's the last time you got stood up by a person?
That's
I'm
a
not
good
saying like a
question.
date or anything. I'm just saying
I had, what counts as a stand-up? Does late notice I'm not going to make it count? Like where you're there?
you're there, and
Yeah.
they neglect to let you know before you left the house.
Had a couple of prospects this past year due to circumstances. I was at a data center waiting to have a meeting with them, and they were like, "Sorry, not going to make it." I'm like, I'll just drive the 2 hours back to my house then, I guess. You know. But I mean, they were very apologetic. It was nothing mean-spirited.
Yeah, they didn't break your heart like a filly.
No, they did not.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
The episode that never was.
No.
Then we had Miss Amber Bates and Kaylee Decker of the Grove Hill Farms fame.
We were out there on October 2 of this year.
This was March 12th, so it must have been spring break time.
Yep, this was I had came back. The kids are out of school and COVID is starting to ramp up.
Yep.
This is second week of spring break.
Yep.
And but I'm pleased to say that Grove Hill still they were not a casualty of COVID. They're still rocking
they are.
along.
They're doing good.
Yep, they're doing well. So yeah, that was when things were starting to get interesting.
Yep. And as a result, the next two episodes were COVID-19 roundtable discussions.
Yep. Dr. Ackley.
That was Cackley. Kakli.
Yep.
Dr. Cackley of El Campo Memorial Hospital emergency rooms and Belleville.
Yep.
He had a lot of information. A lot of that stuff might be out of date, so keep that in mind if if things have changed since then, and a lot of the information in that might not be completely accurate, but it is a reflection of the time.
Yeah, cross-reference that with updated information.
Yeah, don't go listening to that for guaranteed advice right now.
We might need to go listen to that again and adjust the show notes accordingly.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Episode 27, we talked to Jera Hutchins.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Clearing the chamber?
But we had two COVID roundtables, right?
Yes, we did.
One of them was with...
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I totally left off Master Sergeant Russell Snow. My apologies to you, sir.
I believe is a senior Master Sergeant now.
Okay, yeah.
So he's...
Could update those, too.
Yeah. Nope.
Snow Farms. He had a ton of good advice, and he inspired me to...
till a garden.
Yeah. And that's all I did.
Yeah, I spent the next month building a greenhouse and making a hydroponic setup.
Yeah, how's that going?
Cucumbers, and it's kind of dead in the water right now. Yeah. But
you got a sweet setup.
I do have a sweet setup, and I actually talked to my dad yesterday about, or day before yesterday. I'm like, well, I need to go in there and clean it up and start preparing for the spring, getting seedlings and stuff. So. Yeah.
I'm starting to think more that way now because of him.
Yep.
So thank you, sir. Sorry, we almost left you off there.
I'll never forget Russ Snow.
Yeah, you won't. I won't, because he taught me about survival tips.
That's it. And then we talked to
Then
Jara.
we talked to Jara of Clearing the Chamber.
Yeah, and she also talked about survival tips. They just were more violence oriented.
They were definitely they involved jackets.
Yeah, no, Jara's doing pretty well. We keep in touch via Facebook and other social media, and she has, I believe, bought a company. It's a training type company where she's doing the tactical training and,
cool.
and LTCs and stuff like that. So
Right on.
Yeah.
We were still on a pretty good roll here. April 16th going to April 21st. We had after Jara Hutchins on the 3rd, we had the 16th with Knucklehead came in.
Yeah, I probably had not had yet to put on a mask.
Yeah, I don't think that was anywhere on the horizon for me. We had Daniel, David, and Haley came in.
No.
They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then, what's that?
Well, I mean, that's kind of getting back to the roots of what we were trying to do is like local businesses and stuff. So it's good.
Yep.
It was a good pickup there.
They were perfect.
Yeah.
So go check them out if y'all are in town. Need anything made up. And then 5 days later, John Pugs of the Pugs and Kelly Show phoned in for a solid phoner. That was our first full phone episode.
I'll be honest, that was a big one for me because I was such a fan of the radio show prior,
And we switched roles too.
We did.
We used to call into his show.
We did, and now he was a caller into our show, and it was a good interview too. Like he turned on Radio Pugs, and and it was cool. I'm going to go back and listen to that. I haven't listened to it, so.
John Pugs, that was episode 29. Then we got into episode 30, still at a pretty solid clip at April 27th with Randy and Aaron Branscombe. Keeping up with that small business.
Yep. We talked donuts.
Yeah, and I think they were the second or third grocer to be on the show. James is the grossest.
I
tried to get that joke in the first time, and I forgot about it, so I really wanted to get it in the second time.
That's a good one.
I apologize to disparage you.
That's okay.
In the process.
I'm not sensitive.
Garrett Todd joined us on that recap.
He did. So Garrett's been on twice now, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. That was our TV Western talk. We talked a lot of Chuck Connors and.
Well, hold on a minute. Then we're missing one. Oh no.
That was a recap.
Well, I was going to say we haven't talked to Arvis, but that must have been 2018.
Yeah. 2019.
2019. Yeah. So got it. Sorry.
Yeah, that was when we talked about Branded,
the
old Western, and I think we got into the Searchers or something like that.
Yep.
Miss Terry Lee Chicas joined us May 3rd.
That was an event.
That was an event. She cooked us that famous ribeye tater up here. We ate it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And she's rocking it up in Bonham now.
Yep.
At the old feed lot. We need to get those guys in there to talk.
We need to do a 12 o'clock siren YouTube destination to the feed lot.
Yeah, do a little around the world, if you will.
Yeah, which the world means Fanning County.
Well, you have to choose one item from every truck.
Oh, yeah.
Around the world.
Yeah.
I choose for you, you choose for me.
Oh, snap.
So that was May 3rd. This is where it gets a little rough. And I think I got busy too.
Yeah.
We probably both got busy.
Yeah.
It didn't, May 3rd, we didn't do another one until July 16th.
Wow. That was a long break.
Yeah, and that was the Blandells.
Man, that was the one where they came in, and luckily,
yes,
they were concerned, rightfully so, with the old COVID, and then like 2 days later, bam, hit me.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that was way too close.
Don't want to be responsible for killing Coach Kent and the Blandells.
Yeah,
But
we actually did handle that like champs,
we were
and like pros. I'm going to give both of us a pat on the back for some of our professionalism.
Oh yeah,
on this thing, because we had tables set up really far from us. We had
hand sanitizer
stations.
Yep, we stayed socially distanced.
We were, except for me and you.
Yeah,
which is odd, and
which is fine because we were together all the time anyway.
Choice, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For our guests, we were.
James picked it up somehow the next day.
Still don't know how.
And yeah,
maybe the Blandells almost killed me.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Turn the tables here.
I didn't think about that. That's a good call.
Yeah.
But they were a lot of fun.
They were.
Thank you very much to John Kent and Gary Felmet for coming out.
Absolutely.
I think they're still doing some stuff too. At that point, they were playing up at was it Gunpowder? What's it called? Powder Creek.
Powder Creek, yeah. Music Pavilion.
Yeah. They're still making the rounds. Oh, yeah. July 16th to a month later, we brought in Pyrotechs, Linda
Yeah.
Beckham and Paige Mejia.
That was when it blew
That was
my
an explosive
mind.
conversation. That's what I wrote there.
That's when it blew my mind that you could go out there and like work with them and actually get to make big things go
Yeah.
bang. So
You can be part of their team,
yeah. So,
making things go bang. Did you see the fireworks last night in Dallas?
I didn't, dude. I went to
you
bed
said
early.
Yeah, you said you might have crashed early.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, it was nice. I'll be honest.
Kevin Moore joined us on that episode recap.
I sure did.
Then we're getting into August, month and a half later, October 1st. We got in Citizen of the Year, Mark Blackerby.
Yep.
He was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Mark is I go to church with Mark, so I get to do life with him quite a bit. Good dude.
Yep.
So.
Wild and crazy guys.
Crazy guys.
And then we had a campaign series, our second one. Noel Nixon came in, who was running for the city council. And as we said earlier, won. He is the...
Yeah. So he's the reason we're batting 500, I guess. I don't know.
Yep. We had just a recap. Why did we just do a recap?
I think somebody canceled
Yeah.
on us. Stood us up, if you will. No,
That's the last time we got stood up.
Yeah, no, there was it was a cancellation. I remember. I don't remember who or what, but it was Renee, aka Whiskey Girl. She was supposed to come in, and then there was a COVID sort of thing, and couldn't. Yeah,
Whiskey Girl.
Yeah, actually, she is in Mexico right now on vacation. But I'm going to reach out to her, and we're going to get her on because she's got some goodies for us.
Ragged on the edges, girl.
What?
Oh, but I like 'em rough. It's a Toby Keith song.
Yeah. That's why I wouldn't know it.
Yeah, sorry I do. So that was just a recap, and then we had the second annual Craft Fair and Toy Drive here in Leonard, where we discussed all that. And had a good event, too.
Man, that was a good event.
It was a cracking event. Two locations, tons of people, tons of vendors.
Sold a ton of popcorn.
Donated money to the toy drive, a lot of toys, too. Vendors all seemed to do really well that day, as far as I know. A lot of fun. Second annual, wait for the third.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again.
There were some things we wanted to do this year, too. I was really wanting to do like when the weather was kind of nice, I was really wanting to do like a movie night with the siren. But we could never work it out with the COVID and all that. It's just,
We'll get it figured out in 2021.
Yeah, we'll be a little bit more intentional in 2021.
Yeah.
It's one of my resolutions.
Yeah.
Well, I just made that up.
Intend on doing what?
Just be more intentional. You got to live life intentionally.
Okay.
Instead of just roll with the punches all the time.
All right. And our most recent episode was episode 35 with Matt Wolf, the manager of Texas Farm Bureau Insurance of Fannin County, along with Beth Turquoise. Did I say that right?
Yep. Was there a question mark on the end of that?
Turquoise or Turquoise? Turquoise,
I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Corey Fagan, Clay Weineke, and Brian White.
Yep.
Who wasn't there, by the way.
He wasn't there, yeah.
Yeah, he was gone.
Yeah.
They were a fun bunch.
Was that the last one?
That was the last episode we did.
Yep.
Yeah, it brings us into right now.
Man. Yeah.
And your New Year's Eve last night, you said you went to bed early?
Oh, yeah. It was super low-key. You and I had some plans to do a bonfire or whatever, but
rain.
Weather didn't work out.
It was nasty.
And I think it worked out for the best, though, because Ashley came in from work, and she was like, are we still going to Matthews tonight? And I said, nah. I said, weather, not permitting. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to put on my PJs, and I'm all right with that. And she sat down and watched TV, and I think I hung out with Garrett Todd for a little bit, and then I passed out, man.
I don't have a whole lot of desire on New Year's Eve to go out and go crazy.
I don't like going crazy. So New Year's Eve is actually like my favorite holiday, and I always get like real super nostalgic. And I love being surrounded with family and friends, and tipping up a couple and stuff. This year, I think I was just ready to let's kick 2020 on down the road. And I'll see you on 2021. You know.
Agreed.
Yeah. So
speaking of the 2020, there's been some wild stuff going on. How do you want to start it?
Oh man, not to be morbid, but I kind of want to start with the celebrity deaths we had in 2021.
We can do that.
So
I wanted to
ton.
kick it off with one in particular, who's come up a lot on this show.
Okay.
Charlie Pride.
Man, yeah. And he almost made it.
Almost, yeah.
You know? He was. I did not have Charlie Pride in my 2020 death pool. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and he actually died from complications of COVID.
Yeah. I mean,
in Dallas.
I guess.
December 12th. Yeah, he had, 15 days left, almost 16?
Yeah.
Almost there. Yeah, he was a couple. I know he's my wife's most famous person she's met. A couple people that we've had on he was the most famous person they've met.
Yeah, I saw Carrie Lane had a picture of him. She had met him at Southwest Airlines or at Dallas Love or whatever.
Yeah, did you see the story the Siren Zone Steve Coker told about flying him around? He was always a nice guy because he was a Southwest pilot. Yeah. So he's probably seen Charlie Pride quite a few times.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
But he had a really nice write-up about how he was as
That's cool.
Just a nice passenger.
Mm-hmm.
There were some big ones. What is maybe the one that stood out the most to you? And what's funny is there's probably one that comes up that you're like, oh, I forgot about that. That's pretty big.
Man, I tell you, the one that kind of hurt my heart was Joe Diffie.
Yeah, he was early too.
Yeah.
He was a COVID casualty, I believe.
But really, I don't know. I obviously I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about celebrity deaths, so I don't know who really sticks out to me. Joe Diffie, Charlie Pride for sure.
I remember most recently Eddie Van Halen
and the lady from Gilligan's Island, the Ginger, I guess.
I didn't even know she died.
Yeah, due to COVID.
But one that, obviously I'll get to mine later. But the one that kind of shocked me the most as how disappointed I'd been.
Right.
I was after he died was Kobe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you probably forgot kind of that he died early in the year.
Yeah.
Non-COVID related in a tragedy.
Yeah, yeah. Kobe.
That was shocking, and I think that's why it was.
Who's
Dawn Wells? Actually, this first lady on this list is Dawn Wells was Ginger.
Yeah. So let me step back for a second, just in all encompassingly, as Mitch Hedberg would say. Who's the one that celebrity death that has affected you the most? Period.
Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
That was a big one. Just finding out that he had cancer, and that he was, he's still working while he's got it. And, like some of his episodes were almost tear jerking. Towards the end, because the contestants are paying homage to him, and he knows he's dying, and but he went out like a stud.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that
he did.
A classy stud.
Oddly enough, not that I was a big fan of this guy, but when Kid Craddock unexpectedly died, it kind of bothered me. Like I didn't listen to 106. I'm not a 106.1 listener.
Never a listener.
I don't listen, but I knew he did a lot of good around like the community, and he had kids and all that, and then he was just bam gone.
He was a big deal to a lot of people.
Yeah,
in DFW for sure.
Yeah, and also Chris Kyle when he passed, when he was like murdered or whatever. That one kind of got me a little. Anyway, back to 2020 deaths.
Yeah.
Jeez. Sorry, folks.
Stuff this in the middle of the show.
Yeah. There's better things coming, I promise.
It's probably better we started off with this, huh?
Yeah, probably.
I know there's a couple other big ones.
Like
I'm drawing blanks.
Man, I don't. You got
anything
a list?
come to
mind? Let's see. Who? We got Trebek. We got Charlie Pride. We got Joe Diffie. Dawn Wells. Kobe.
Jerry Jeff Walker.
Yeah, Jerry Jeff Walker. Yeah. Wasn't there another like
country?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying
of Jerry Jeff Walker like appear.
Yeah. Billy Joe Shaver.
Yeah, that's
right.
It. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Nope.
Yep. Glad we got those in there.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't be on the normal list.
No, probably not.
Billy Joe, did you happen to watch him on Norm Macdonald's Got a Show?
I did not.
Go watch it.
Really?
Great interview. And unexpected to be on the Norm Macdonald show, but Norm's a huge fan.
I would not have put those two together.
Right. Yep. Go watch it. You'll really enjoy it.
Man, how about Sean Connery? Speaking
there you
of
go.
Alex Trebek.
Absolutely. Yep.
No.
Trebek.
Yeah. So, but he kind of went out with a stud as a stud too, because he was in the Bahamas died in his sleep.
Was he?
Yeah, he was in
good for him.
on his property in the Virgin Islands or the Bahamas.
Good
or
for
whatever.
him.
Yeah. So.
Tommy Tiny Lister. Does that ring a bell? Debo.
Oh yeah, that sucks. He was
Yeah.
pretty recent too.
He was, past month or two.
Yeah.
I actually had a chance to meet him. Met him at SEMA in like 2014.
And that where you also met Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
Who
That's
did
where
not,
I met most famous people that I met.
Who did not pass away in 2020.
Who did not. He is still alive and well.
Yeah. Did you watch him on Rogan?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I love Tony Hawk.
Like, he doesn't like cuss.
No, he's
he's just a good dude.
Good old, good dude, yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Debo, when I met him, he put his face or his hand on my face and like pushed my head. It was kind of scary. He was a nice dude though.
But then didn't he like evangelize to Brett for a little while?
Yeah. Brett met him too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. My computer. Hal Ketchum.
Oh yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Complications of dementia.
Yeah.
67.
It's too young.
That is very, very young.
I just got a message on my phone that says, looks like things are getting spicy in DC, and I'm curious.
Uh-oh. How so?
I don't know. I have no context. That is an out of context comment for you.
That needs to be researched. Yeah, there's Billy Joe Shaver. He did show up on this one, and Jerry Jeff Walker.
Man. So
that's dead air.
That was dead air. Sorry, I was reading this message, and there's still no context to it.
You know one I'd like to throw out there?
Who's that?
Oh, Saint Dog, Cottonmouth Kings.
Yeah, he probably not on that celebrity list
He is
either.
on this list. He is. Founding member of hip-hop collective Cottonmouth Kings, found dead in his home October 13th, 44.
I bet, can I go out on a limb and say it was due to drug complications?
You could. I don't know. I haven't seen or heard anything that confirms or denies that. But I always liked Saint Dog as one of their rappers.
Slurring.
Slur, yeah. He had a little style of his own.
Yeah.
Conchata Farrell. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
The old lady from 2.5 Men.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, she passed away. I think early this. Well, no.
Somehow Charlie Sheen's still alive.
Yeah, he's doing commercials with his dad and stuff.
Yeah.
For medications.
But yeah, because he's probably got some experience with medications.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
All of them, experimental ones.
Yeah. So, I know we're missing some big ones though. We got to be missing some big ones.
Yeah, I know. Tom Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
No, Eddie Van Halen brought him up.
When did Bourdain pass? Was that?
Oh, that was a while.
Was it?
That one this year, was it?
Was it 2019? Might have been 2019.
I think so. Yeah, that was like the year of the hanging.
Yeah.
It seemed like all the celebrities were hanging themselves.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
I hate to be so morbid about it.
No, that was it was Bourdain, the dude from Linkin Park, Chris Cornell. Yeah.
Here's a big one.
Oh.
RBG.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a big deal for a while.
That was a big deal.
On a lot of levels.
Yeah. Golly. Man, people are funny animals, man.
I'm not familiar with Toots Hibbert.
I'm not either.
A reggae legend, but I
cool
love his name.
I might listen
Toots.
to him.
Reggae legend Toots Hibbert died on September 11th while in a medically induced coma, had been hospitalized for a month prior with symptoms of corona.
Man,
77.
That's a juxtaposition of name and musical style that does not go together, because if you were to say, describe me right now, Toots Hibbert, just what comes to your mind? It's not a reggae person. It would be
Toots.
more of a banjo player.
I was thinking like jazz, maybe.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
Toots, like a trumpet player.
Flat cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's pretty good. Yeah. That's gonna be in my new my next Dungeons and
I'm
Dragons
just seeing
character.
those Armstrong big cheeks or something like, hey,
yeah.
Toots. He's tooting, right?
Yeah.
Tooting on the hornet or
That's right.
trumpet.
That's good.
I'm gonna throw this one at you, see if it sticks. Stevie Lee.
Mm-mm. Unfamiliar.
Professional wrestler and actor Stevie Lee, born Stevie Lee Richardson, performed under the name Puppet the Psycho Dwarf.
Garrett probably know that.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with him.
Uh-uh.
But I just wanted to say Puppet the Psycho Dwarf on the podcast for the first time.
Yeah.
Mark those words off the list.
Well, I don't know. That's a pretty good list.
That's a damn fine list.
Yeah.
Still got a big one.
Uh-oh. Who?
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, yeah. Apparently he was making Black Panther while he was dying.
Oh, wow.
Like, nobody knew it either.
What did he die from?
It was a cancer.
Was it?
Yeah, I think pancreatic cancer, maybe. Yeah, he was a good actor too, man. Man, I know we're missing some.
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah,
we lost him in August. Is that enough?
I wonder who the first COVID-related celebrity death was. Herman Cain.
I think it was Joe Diffie. That's
it?
the first person I remember dying
of COVID
after COVID was a thing.
Like, dang, man.
Yeah.
COVID got
because it was propped me up beside the jukebox. We played it on that one episode. Remember the one we lost?
We did.
We guys, we recorded this great episode right after he died and played like a bunch of his songs, and then something happened to the.
Who was with us?
I
think
think
that you just mentioned this.
Yeah.
I just now remember.
You don't remember?
I mean, just now go. Yeah. Wow.
But I think we lost it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
I remember recording it, and I was like, "That was awesome."
Yeah.
And then got home, and only one of the files that we recorded that night was actually there.
Yeah.
And that's the one we lost. But we tore it up.
Dang, man, that was a good episode.
Yeah. Here's another big one.
Probably our best, folks.
Yeah. Here's another big one.
Okay.
Just keep coming. Regis Philbin. I didn't realize that was this year.
Me either. Do we still have Pat Sajak?
July 20. Yeah, we do.
Okay, that's good. I always kind of put them together. Yeah, I like Pat Sajak.
You like Pat?
I like the fact that he
used to get
when you're like
tanked every episode.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, do you remember this? And he's like, nah, the 90s, I was pretty much intoxicated. I had a problem. He's just very open about it, you know?
He's drinking all the time on that show.
Yeah, they said he was just drunk the entire time.
Kelly Preston?
Oh, yeah, that's John Travolta's wife.
I don't know if I realized she died.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I think John Travolta's a black widower. Does
he do that a lot?
Well, I mean, his wife died. He had a kid die under weird circumstances. I don't know. He's also a Scientologist, so who knows?
That's true.
You know.
What about Mr. Charlie Daniels?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one.
See, they keep coming.
Mm-hmm. He was a outspoken proponent of the right wing.
Yeah. Hemorrhagic. Hemorrhagic. I didn't know that was a word. Stroke. A hemorrhagic stroke.
Okay.
Got him.
Got him, yeah.
What's his famous song?
Devil Went Down to Georgia?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Hugh Downs died. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't.
You remember Hugh Downs?
No.
From 2020?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yep. Carl Reiner.
Yep.
He was, old actor, comic actor. Carl Reiner, am I thinking of the right guy?
Maybe.
Comedy writer, director, yeah. Yeah, he did,
What
was the show he was famous for?
This may not be 2020, but Jerry Stiller?
Yeah, I haven't seen him on here yet, but that might have been last year.
I'll look that up.
Look that up, Jamie.
I see what you did there. Let's see here. Jerry Stiller. Yeah, May 11th, 2020.
Oh, there you go. He was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of funny, Fred Willard.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was lost this year. Jerry Stiller, there he is. This list is going really slow.
Yeah.
And that's a bunch.
That is a bunch. Sorry you had to sit through that, folks. So what are some of the big newsworthy events? I mean, 2020 was just such a circus for everything.
Well, we had COVID, and then like the second wave, you got to go with the murder hornets, which you said it earlier.
I skipped right over that, man.
Yeah.
I saw a headline, didn't even click on it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't deal with it. I don't have enough bandwidth.
It doesn't look that big.
No. I do remember seeing a meme that said did we skip the murder hornets? It feels like we skipped the murder hornets.
Yeah.
I remember chuckling at that.
And then that kind of kept happening. There
Yeah.
kept being events and things and threats and news.
Well,
and
like
events.
aliens.
Yep.
You know, like I think I saw the same meme saying we skipped the aliens.
Yeah.
You know, but there's been some weird. Did you see that there's? Okay, actually, I should pause. I heard, and I have not validated this myself, that there is a provision in this omnibus bill that was just passed that's caused so much consternation with everyone.
Yep.
That the government has 180 days to come forth with what they know about extraterrestrials. It's a weird thing
It's
to be
going to be a lie anyway.
It's right. Yeah.
And it'll cost a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be the most expensive
line item
PR
on
statement ever given.
Yeah. I hate our government.
They're terrible. Did you see that tar and feather meme I sent you?
Dude, so before you posted that, you sent that to me. And I don't know what was going on in my head.
It didn't add up.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening. And then when you posted
You have to have a caption with it, so I saved it as just a
a
screenshot.
generally, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
And like, it's tar and
Yep.
it's feathers
Yep.
and it's $600. I
Yep.
mean, it makes sense. But
I didn't send it to you with a caption though. I don't think.
But I shouldn't have needed a caption. Like,
it was a test.
yeah. And then like,
Because I might not have gotten it had I not had the caption that I read it from.
well, when you posted it, I went, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Just for reference, it's a picture of an Amazon cart with a bunch of tar
Yep.
and ostrich feathers adding up to $599 and change.
Right.
And basically, like, this is what you can do with your $600 stimulus is tar and feather your elected officials.
Yeah.
'Cause
It'll probably be the best use of that $600.
Yep. Yep.
I actually support that message.
I certainly do. This is some tragic news, too. Speaking of deaths in 2020, Mr. Peanut was killed off. You remember that?
True, yep.
And reincarnated as the baby nut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some odd news.
That's weird news for you.
Weather was wild, too. Fires out west.
Fires out west.
Abnormal, but
Yeah,
seemed like it
but
was a
it's-
little more
Well,
magnified this year.
it's just like how much can you take?
Yeah.
Oh, you're shut down. Now you got fires. Oh, don't mind the looting and robbing of cities,
Yeah. Let's not forget that Elon Musk named his child XAEA12 or whatever that AE is.
I think it's Dash. Like the way you say it's a weird. Because I saw him on Rogan talking about it. Yeah, is
it Inema? It's the same thing as Tool, their album, right?
But he described it different. But when he described it, Joe Rogan laughed in his face, and
Rightfully so.
Elon Musk did not laugh, and Joe cut it off because
Not computing laughter.
Yes, and as most normal people would laugh and kind of laugh together because it's a silly name. I mean, I'm sorry, it's silly. But then
Why
you realize,
is he laughing?
Yeah.
What was said was not funny.
Exactly.
There is no need for humor.
I'm being serious,
I'd not heard this bit of news, but had you heard NASA detected a parallel universe in Antarctica where time runs backwards?
Yep, I did.
Any ideas on that? Can you explain that, or
I read an article.
any grasp on it?
No, that's what I was going to say. I read an article, and there were words in this article, but I could not talk about something not computing. I was like, this is for people who have letters after their name.
Right.
Like, I can't. I don't understand it.
Right.
I'm a pretty intelligent dude, but they were talking concepts that I couldn't wrap my brain around.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
And speaking of Musk, he's done a lot intergalactically
he has
this year.
put a car on Mars, didn't he? Or sent it towards
Sent
Mars.
something to Mars, right?
Yeah,
He
Tesla.
sent 2 astronauts.
He sent
Not to Mars, but he sent them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, oh, you're
Like
getting ahead of yourself.
they all left at the perfect time in America,
Yeah,
in the world.
Yeah.
See you later, Earth.
Yeah, no, on the SpaceX Dragon, Crew Dragon, and sent the first. It was the first 2 astronauts to leave for the space station from United States soil since like 2011 or something. So,
and this was news to me too. A gigantic star 2 million times brighter than the sun just up and disappeared. Any you heard anything about that?
I have not, but now I'm mildly concerned.
It's from some dwarf galaxy 75 million light years away.
They're just like, hey, where'd that go?
Yeah.
Just left.
Just left. I also read in doing this research that scientists discovered that it is possible to travel through a wormhole.
What? How am I missing all this? This is stuff I follow on my social media, but I'm missing things.
Yeah, it's in here. I may have skipped over it, but wormholes might not kill you. Traveling through a wormhole without dying may actually be possible. The new scientists reported. So yeah.
Interesting.
Take that, Albert Einstein.
Yeah.
And after murder hornets, if I'm not mistaken, it was mystery seeds from China.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
That's when I started going, all right, now people are just making stuff up and posting it and just hoping it'll catch on. Like,
well,
like I thought Jim was behind that, to be quite honest. I thought he really had something to do with it.
Yeah. That's very bizarre.
Mystery seeds was very, very odd, but it certainly happened.
Man. Yeah, I kind of like, why can they not tell what they are though?
I don't know, or like what they grow into.
Yeah. They're like, don't worry, it's a persimmon tree or whatever.
You'd think they could figure it out somehow.
Yeah. So, if you get a package of mystery seeds from China, don't plant them. Or do. I don't know.
Yeah, and recently we had the bizarre monoliths.
Oh, yeah.
Up, which was very 2020 thing. Did that ever get debunked or anything?
Yeah, it was like an art collective. That,
was it?
Yeah, I don't think they fully vetted that, but it was, it's not like the pyramids where they go, man, how did they make this without, precision tools? It was very obviously, it was like welded together and,
Right.
So.
Yeah, there's only one way for all that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, we, what are you doing there?
I was just messing with the board, sorry.
Okay. We have a couple of guests just walk in.
We just got our first guest.
Yeah, this is on the first guest of 2021. And so...
Yeah, we've got Taylor and Lynn Dane from 3D Barbecue. Welcome, y'all.
How are y'all?
Doing good. How you doing?
Braving that cold, nasty weather outside?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is gross. What y'all been up to? Y'all cooking?
Yes, sir.
I guess...
Let's talk right to the side of that.
Yeah, we usually do this pre-show, but you got to be kind of close to it and talking to the side.
All right.
Okay.
Taylor and Lynn Dane from 3D Barbecue out in, y'all are based in Van Alstyne, right? Anna, that's right.
Sir.
Close enough.
Close
yes,
enough.
Sir.
Yeah.
And these guys came out for the farmers market that we did this last June, and we haven't talked about that at all, have we?
No, we didn't.
That was like our biggest event we'd done.
That was first COVID event.
Yeah, but they came out that day, and it was hot. I remember that.
Yes, sir.
Y'all went through a ton of barbecue that day.
Yeah, we sold out.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick question. I'm sure we'll get into this, but when y'all prep for an event like that, how much barbecue do you cook?
Last event we cooked 100 pounds of brisket and 80 pounds of pulled pork.
Yeah.
Oh man,
yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So has we're only a few hours in, but 2021's better than 2020 so far.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's starting off on a good foot.
Trying to keep that trending, huh? Yeah. So based in Anna, how'd y'all get in the barbecue game?
Go ahead.
Well, my oldest son, he talked me into it, and we just started out of the house over there, that's what we're still doing now. And then y'all had that first gig over here, and that kind of got us started real good.
Oh,
cool.
Man, I'm glad to hear
It was
that.
a nice little launch pad then?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
That's why I keep coming back. That's why we keep coming back over here.
That's why I said to you last time, like, you came back. That
Yeah.
means that you did well enough to
justify.
To justify, yeah. But yeah, that leads us to where we're going to make an announcement here that you guys are going to come out as often as you can on the weekends.
Yes, sir.
What's the plan with that? We got the spot out here for you. What do you want to do?
We're just gonna set up and sell barbecue and
Okay.
everything.
Kind of the lunch hour.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get a building and put it on a trailer and get it all set up and start coming over here and setting up for y'all.
Cool.
So
You thinking Saturdays?
yeah, we're gonna try Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
For right now, then our goal is to getting us in a barbecue business, an actual restaurant,
Right on.
restaurant.
Right on.
Well, I mean, I would think that the food truck trailer kind of thing that's happening right now is probably the best way to do that, right? Like,
Yeah.
kind of proof your concept and then
Yes, sir.
get a name behind it and then get into a building, right?
Move
Yes,
somewhere
sir.
else, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk Matthew into doing that with donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, need a
talked
good-
into it.
Hey, listen, we went to Austin for my birthday, me and Matthew and a buddy of ours, Jake, and we were on, what's that street? Rainy Street?
Yep.
And there was a little trailer there that sold donuts. And it may have been because there were a few libations involved, but donuts at 1 a.m. were
They were
pretty good.
delicious.
And they were great donuts. And I thought, you know what? We need to take this idea and run with it. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
it's definitely fun. We love it.
Where you guys at now? Were y'all serving in Anna area or anything?
We actually just took orders. We posted on Facebook on our page and
Okay.
shared it to Leonard and everybody, and we've had a bunch of people come out and support us and
Cool.
ordered
Yeah, it seemed like
bunch
a lot of
stuff.
Leonard folks came out. I noticed a lot of people some I knew, some I didn't, that would come just get the barbecue and leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they were just coming out for barbecue, maybe a little variety,
we
some different.
We actually had one guy come up and buy 19 sandwiches from us at one time.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
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 So how did y'all get into barbecuing? Is it just something y'all like to do?
Well, my dad used to do it, and we used to do every September his birthday, and we just lost him in August.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
And,
that.
Everything, so we're just trying to
Yeah.
keep it going
Yep.
in memory of him.
Sure.
So
Sure.
His passion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to do it all. They was on Anna Fire Department, and they used to do all the 4th of July events. And heck, my granddad have 3 or 4 smokers down there, completely loaded, manning all of them.
Cool.
So he loved it. Dad loved it, and I got into it with him, and we just trying to push and push until we can get something going.
Very cool. And successful so far.
Yeah. We done pretty good for ourselves.
Y'all do a lot of caterings and things like that.
We're
and
getting into the catering.
Yeah.
We're advertising for caterings and getting into all that kind of stuff.
Right on. Specialties being, you said pulled pork and brisket.
Yeah, pulled pork, brisket. We can do ribs. We do. A bunch of people loves our stuffed jalapenos. We
Okay.
stuff them with brisket. Your
Oh,
choice,
yeah.
brisket or cream cheese, or chicken and cream cheese,
Yeah.
wrapped with bacon.
Mm.
I haven't eaten yet today, and that sounds
I
good.
don't have it either.
Yeah. There.
Well, I got a question for you. I'm just now. I grew up eating barbecue. My folks owned a little barbecue restaurant for a while in Central Texas, and I've just now started delving into smoking, and whatnot. And I've got a Kamado Joe at the house, and I've got pulled pork figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Brisket, I'm a little intimidated by. Like, it takes a little bit longer, and I haven't quite figured it out. Like, every time I've got a buddy that does it, and he's just like, oh, it should be 200, 202, and you pull it, and you get the good bend on the. I've done it 2 or 3 times, and I've yet to get how I wanted.
Yeah.
Have you got it how you wanted yet, or is that just a life?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just once you get it down,
You figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Stick with the same deal and
Same
just go with
process,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
So I'm pretty simple on. I just do the whole salt and pepper. That's kind of maybe a little garlic powder, but it's mostly salt and pepper. But I haven't quite. I mean, it's edible when I get it, but it's not like I want it.
Yeah.
So.
Fat cap up or down?
Fat cap up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrapped or not wrapped?
Well, what we do is we put it on the smoker for about 2.5, maybe 3 hours at about 300 degrees. After we season it and everything, then we put it on there.
Yep.
And then we take it off, wrap it. Before we wrap it up, we re-season it.
Oh.
Then we turn it with the fat side up,
Mm-hmm.
and then let it smoke. Or let it cook.
You wrap it in
finish
foil?
cooking. Yeah.
I've got some of that peach paper, but I think I just fell into a gimmick and overspent on Amazon. Like, I should probably just use Amazon, or probably just use foil.
Yeah.
Everybody else does.
Yeah.
I've always used foil and turned out good. I hadn't tried the peach paper yet, so
I
Is
think,
that like butcher paper? Or
Yeah, it's
parchment?
Aaron Franklin of Franklin's Barbecue uses it. I saw it on like a master class, and
It just sounds like it makes
yeah.
sense.
a bunch of the North Texas barbecue people were like, "Oh, you got to use this." I'm like, "I gotta do that."
That's where I got those 2 questions from.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are like the 2 most popular questions, right? Fat cap up or down?
Well, that's how to start an argument in 10 words or less, or whatever.
Yeah.
so there you go.
There's some strong feelings towards stuff like that.
Yep.
I tell you what, I have gotten into is spatchcocking a chicken and smoking it. Man, that's good.
See, I want to start doing that more.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I neglect the chicken when it comes to smoking.
Well, the first time I did it, I pulled it off, and it was like chicken sushi. He was there for that. Like,
I got sick.
yeah, I was like, I don't know if we need to do that.
You're supposed to throw up like this after you.
It's a part of it. It's a part of it.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, but y'all, you said you do the stuffed peppers and stuff too, huh?
Yes.
Man, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That is my favorite. So,
We when we first started, we done a deal. We sell them for $3 a piece, but at the end we had it at $2 a piece. And one weekend we was 400 peppers.
Wow.
oh my gosh.
We had 3 smokers going,
Yeah.
trying to get them all done.
How long did it take you to realize that you shouldn't rub your eye after you've been cleaning peppers?
Not very long.
Not very long.
Yeah, touching your skin anywhere.
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Now I've got one of those Texas-shaped sheet metal cutouts that's raised up off the grill that drops peppers in it.
Okay.
Do y'all have one of those by chance?
No, we set them just straight on the grate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
gotcha.
Let them go.
Yeah.
Do you,
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Yep.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's probably-
he bought a de-seeder that has them grates that come with it.
Cool.
probably a fat side, fat cap up or down question, but do you cut the peppers linearly or do you cut the top off and
We just
de-seed it?
cut the top off of it,
Pipe it
de-seed
in and
Yep.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a gun that shoots it in it.
Yeah, y'all are professional. I'm all cutting like plastic bags
This is
and trying to
Texas.
squeeze stuff.
This is
in.
Texas. Of course, you fill your jalapenos with a gun.
Yeah,
Yep.
What's wrong with you?
we're Second Amendment
Would you
advocates
expect
down
a bow and
here.
arrow?
Yeah.
Like shoot them in there?
So another question though: how do you rate barbecue places that you eat? Y'all probably don't eat a lot of barbecue, do you? If you get tired of you cook it a lot.
Yeah.
You get,
Very seldom we go.
yeah.
And that's mostly Hutchins and McKinney.
Hush
Yeah.
is good. They're proud of it. but
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
good.
they're very proud of
Yeah.
it.
It is good though.
Can't complain about it.
No, their
Yeah,
brisket's
love
really good. I guess being from Texas, as I said, my family owned a barbecue place, and my dad always smokes his brisket with red oak, and so I grew up kind of having a particular taste, and everything to me was not that good. But after I kind of developed a palate for it, I judge everything on their brisket. I don't
Yeah.
care everything else, So
Yeah, we don't get very much. Just he does chicken breast. He likes cooking his chicken breast.
no.
Then brisket, and like I said, we do some pulled pork, but we don't get very much pulled pork.
I
But
love pulled
pepper,
pork, too.
Cool.
peppers are the most.
That's awesome.
People love the
Y'all have a
peppers.
snappy name for them?
No, we just
Some people do
stuffed
like
jalapeno.
Twinkies or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
or
Texas
Texas
tornadoes or
Tornado.
whatever.
Yeah. No,
horny toad turds.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
Well,
that's fun.
they found their name.
Well, there you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
There's actually, I think they call them tornadoes or twisters or something, in 1050 Barbecue in Richardson.
Okay.
That place is pretty legit. I
Mhm.
like
Is it?
It's a little bit like Hutchins, though, where you're like, man, this is good. I need 7 pounds more, though. Like, you
Yeah.
go in there and you get like 2 slices of brisket or whatever,
I have a hard time eating there because I bought my first suit there.
At
At 1050.
oh,
It was K&G Suit Supply.
Yeah.
oh, it was, yeah.
Okay.
K&G Man's Warehouse.
Back in the day, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
So every time I go in there, I can't. That day was not fun. Just looking for a suit in like 7th grade.
so
Not-
much, you'd
not an
rather be eating
enjoyable day.
barbecue?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just bad memories in that building.
That's funny.
So when you guys come up here, what kind of menu can we expect to see and offerings and such?
We're gonna do sandwiches.
'Kay.
We're gonna do sandwiches, and we're hoping to get some fryers and have fries and kind of get some corn dogs going for the little kids, or
Cool.
hot dogs or
Yeah.
something. Because you say barbecue to kids, and they're like, "What the heck is
Yeah.
that?"
Yeah,
So yeah, we're gonna try.
kid-friendly barbecue.
Yeah.
Or
Give them a hot dog, and they're happy.
Sure,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So we can expect to see you guys up here. When do you think? Come January?
Yeah, sometime during January.
It'll
We'll-
probably be the
we'll-
later part of
Yeah,
January.
later
Okay.
part of
So-
January. Like I said, we gotta get our building order, and that takes 5 to 6 weeks. So
Sure. Okay.
we're gonna try to get it all set up before we come up here and
Right on.
get it all
Where do you order things like that?
buildings.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through Winslow's.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Farmersville.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a 12-foot building with a 4-foot porch on it. So
Oh, okay,
they can
cool.
walk right up underneath the back of it and get their barbecue, and
Nice.
it's raining and keep them out of the weather.
I actually have a Winslow's building, a 12 by 22 portable building.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend them.
Cool.
Came and dropped it right off, set it up, and it
Yeah.
was easy.
Yeah.
So-
They're the only ones that we've talked to that's actually allowing us to put it on a trailer without voiding the warranty.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't see why that's a problem.
Yeah, the guy said, "Well, we haul them on trailers every day. So
That's how they get to where they're going.
what's the point of you putting it on a trailer? It's not going to avoid the warranty."
It's a good point.
I like your enthusiasm is what I'd have said to him.
Yeah,
So
he was a good guy.
that's awesome. All right, so maybe end of January, 1st of February, we'll see y'all out here.
Yes, sir.
Good deal.
Outstanding.
Well, thank you guys for coming in. We
Thank
appreciate
you. Thank
y'all.
for letting us come in.
Yeah, doing something different around here and offering a little food.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
sir.
excited. I'm excited for the barbecue. So
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be good. Well, thank you very much.
Back to the menu.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start out with sandwiches.
Yep.
And chips and drink, and then eventually we'll get into the 1 meat, 2 meat plate.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
You going to do some sausage?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm a big fan. Honestly, there's not anything that's barbecued that I'm not a fan of, so
Yeah.
I need to stop saying
We'll
I'm a big fan of.
we'll have regular sausage and then jalapeno cheddar
Okay.
sausage. So
All right.
Smoked corn.
Smoked corn? Yeah, we can do that too.
Or smoked corn, like a low-taste smoked corn. Just
Man,
take it off the cob and mix it up with some
mayo.
creamy mayo and, yeah.
Yeah.
There's something.
Creme fraiche,
Yeah.
cilantro. And all. Oh, man.
Love it.
Hot mayo.
Hot mayo. Nothing better than hot mayo.
Yep.
well, I appreciate y'all letting us come over and everything and
Yeah,
setting
you
up
bet.
on the corner. Like I said, the first craft fair that y'all had over here, we sold out and everything, and then the last one we had over here, the December the 5th,
Yep.
is that we had to turn customers away because we sold completely out. I mean,
Good.
there was like 7 or 8 people still in line, and
You're like,
Right
sorry,
on.
folks.
Yeah.
yeah,
Man, that's not a bad problem to have right
Yeah.
there.
That was a nice day. That was just a good day to have a little event here. Worked out
was.
really well.
Was. Let's look at the calendar here. So today's January 1st. It's a Friday. So the next Friday is the 8th, and we got the 15th and the 22nd. And the 29th. So hopefully there by the 22nd or 29th, maybe y'all be starting to head out this way.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We'll definitely let y'all know for
Yeah.
sure
Yeah,
on the date.
we'll post. We'll share that to the Siren page whenever whenever y'all come out, so
Yes,
people
sir.
know, have an idea.
As soon
Yes,
as y'all
sir.
dial it in, let us know. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll post
Okay.
it.
Alrighty, we definitely
And
will.
when y'all want to come back and if you want to do a full episode, we can do that too.
Alrighty, we
It's just
definitely
nice.
can.
We've been doing this since noon today, or
Yeah.
12:30 an hour, I guess.
Yeah.
We got a couple people lined up as well, so we appreciate you guys coming in
Yes, sir.
and giving Little Town some different food. You know?
Absolutely.
Just something different to eat.
We got a lot of pizza. We got a lot of burgers. We need
We
some
do.
barbecue.
Yep.
So-
Yep.
Surprisingly burger deficient.
Yep. The city. of Linden-
Barbecue insecure.
Yeah, but we are barbecue insecure in this town. Bacon Brothers was a thing for a while, but then they had some
Yeah.
logistical problems, and
Yeah.
so they pulled out.
Yep.
But yeah, we miss good barbecue. I think y'all are going to have a warm welcome here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Anyway,
well, we've already had that.
Yeah.
The 2
But
times
true.
it was out here,
Yeah.
and
sure. Yeah.
So
Well, I'll be first in line when y'all get here. So
well,
Yep.
like I said, I appreciate y'all and
Yep,
everything
we
y'all have done
appreciate
for
y'all.
us and
You bet.
everything. So
all right, well, y'all
Tyler
have a good one.
and Lynn Dane, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
And next we've got Guy Charles and Taylor Manning of Teleos Financial. Welcome, guys.
What we should
Hey,
say
boys, how are y'all?
is welcome back.
Hey,
We should say that. Welcome back and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, 2021. It's been a minute.
It's been a long year. We saw you guys on February 19th of 2020, and a lot has transpired since then. How have you guys been in what you're doing, and what's your situation in 2020 right now?
Yeah, it's been a good year, I would say. We, had to adapt to what was thrown at us. But overall, I think we've come out sharper for what we had to go through. What do you think, Taylor?
I mean, I think the best way to describe 2020 is the biggest dumpster fire I've ever seen in my life, and just craziness. Nobody expected the whole economy to be shut down, the political arena, the social justice, everything that happened this year, and it's been crazy. But it has been a good year. There's been a lot of positives, a lot of time with our families, a lot of time figuring out what priorities are, and a lot of great conversations with clients, and a lot of great work that was done. And so, as Guy said, I think it definitely helped us come out sharper this year from what we experienced.
So let me ask a question here. It's January 1, and it's resolution season, right? What should we be looking at from your guys' perspective? Hey, it's new year, new me. I've got some things to look at as I prepare getting into 2021, which we all believe is going to be a better year. How do I step it up here? How do I level up in 2021?
The first thing that I tell everybody to start with is start with how you're spending your money. Start with a spending plan to see exactly where every dollar is going, where every dollar that's coming in, every dollar that's going out, and how do you want to spend your money in 2021? What are those goals surrounding your family, what you want to accomplish, retirement, savings, whatever it may be? What are those goals? And put it on paper day one there.
Okay, paper. We got that.
Good advice. I think you told me that last time.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed.
Manage your money better, Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say one thing that we have found, especially with the year ending, we've come across, we've done a lot of work with entrepreneurs and small business owners, and there's a handful of them that are still in the game, still surviving. And I believe that the ones that will pull through, it's going to be a whole new platform of how business is done. But what we've come to realize is individuals, business owners, so forth, have incurred a lot of debt through this.
Mm-hmm.
And, getting back to the basics, okay, where do we have money in play? Going back to that spending plan that Taylor's talking about, where can we, instead of thinking to ourselves, man, I got to stroke another check for this, where can I find money that's in play and, shift gears or find, is my cable bill too high? Can I, find a better deal that's going on?
That's where I started.
And I every client that has come across our desk in the past, 7 months, the first thing we're starting with is going, hey, let's look at refi in your home.
Yeah.
Where are you at with that? How can we free it? We still talk to clients who are paying, over 5% interest on their house. And we're suddenly going, really? If you haven't looked at refi in this? We've done a lot of partnership with Eagle Mortgage out of Prosper. Matt, Chad Rutherford real well. He's helped us a ton in that aspect. And that's become a real go-to for us in freeing up that cash. Another thing is looking at, simple things like your home and auto. How do we free up cash there? Where can we find savings? And then using that freed up cash to start chiseling away at the debt that was incurred because of this COVID, dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good advice anyway.
Yeah.
However you have debt, how do you leverage the cash you've already got outgoing to maybe just shift it over there? Not everybody thinks that way. I'm an idiot, apparently.
We started out with our cable. We cut the cable this year and tried to whittle down the streaming services to a manageable and useful amount.
Yeah, appropriate amount.
And that's not a bunch of money, but it's certainly money out the door. I call them little drips in your financials that just drip money out of there.
You wouldn't believe that some of the small business owners you sat with that are just didn't realize they're bleeding in areas. Going, look, why don't we just tighten this up here? Holy cow, that's added a few $100 to my pocket for the end of each month. Well, that adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
certainly does.
Oh, I feel like there's some uncomfortable conversations coming up in the future.
Well, and I'll tell you another one that we've had quite a bit, and this is not to get off dark, but because of COVID, everybody is has heard or has known people who have passed because of COVID, or so they say. With that in mind, we're seeing all ages of people our age, people older, and families that are left high and dry because they didn't have the basics done, such as something as easy as life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Hey, you got all this coverage on your $1,000 iPhone. You got this coverage on your house, your car. You're the money machine. How much are you worth?
Yeah.
Right.
And then, they go into the hospital and don't come out, and it's like, now that money machine's gone, well, what happens to all the people who are dependent upon that person? So we've had a ton of conversations about life insurance during all this too.
I think that's where we brought up the arguably dumbest conversation about job insurance, where I pitched some far out idea about insuring my job, insuring my salary or something like that.
And they're like, well, that's what life insurance
Yeah,
is.
I think that's what we're talking about, Matthew. Be quiet.
I bet y'all have had a lot of conversations like that. Have y'all seen, and maybe this is not kosher to ask, but have y'all seen an uptick in business, because due to COVID?
We've seen it. There was on the life insurance side in the beginning of COVID, it was really stale because as an industry, we had to adapt very quickly.
Sure.
And so most of our clients that get life insurance, they have to have a in-person paramed exam, a medical exam in person. Well, that's not possible during the COVID thing, and so we had to adapt to that. And so once that got adapted, the interest was always there for life insurance because anytime you go through a worldwide pandemic and you see the numbers that you see surrounding COVID, it creates a lot of fear around that, a lot of fear and anxiety around that. And so the interest was always there. It was just figuring out how do we get this life insurance in place without having to do blood work, without having to do in person. And so that took a little bit to adapt to. But once we, as an industry, got that adapted, we saw a big uptick on that. I think the biggest thing that we saw this year was really on the investment side because the market just went absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
If you told me in March, at the bottom of the market in March, that we would actually end the year positive, I would have told you you're absolutely crazy. There's no way we could end up positive. And yet we still did. And so we saw a huge influx of opportunity on the investment side. A lot of people taking advantage of where the market was at in March. And so that was a strong point of our business this year with the investment side and helping clients navigate the volatility that we saw.
Wow. All right. I have an investment question for you. This is probably how to start an argument in a few words or less, but Bitcoin, it's 30,000 almost. What's happening there? It scares me. I've got $50 worth.
Yeah, I think with Bitcoin, like what the market is doing is it's looking for alternatives. Bitcoin has always been interesting to get away from the Federal Reserve and how the Federal Reserve is controlled by the government, and so they manipulate the Federal Reserve based on what they need as far as money supply is concerned. And so Bitcoin is just driven off of supply and demand. So I don't think that Bitcoin is going away. I think that more and more people are adopting the concept of Bitcoin and seeing the opportunities there. And as a company, which I thought was crazy that we did it, but I think that it was an opportunity for the company. Our company invested $100 million into Bitcoin. And that tells me that there's been a lot of stability happen in Bitcoin over the last 6 months for a company of our size to invest that much money into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And so I think it's here for the long term. It seems like a viable option, a viable alternative for some. And so it's not one of those things where I would be overly aggressive on Bitcoin because we've seen such volatility in Bitcoin and such huge swings that it could be a percent of your portfolio, 5 to 10% of your portfolio going into Bitcoin. I'm very conservative when it comes to that of really making sure that we're not putting everything into it.
Well, let me tell you a little story here. I got real interested in crypto back when the market crashed, and for all the same reasons everybody did. And I started kind of learning about crypto, and I got a Coinbase account, and I was checking out this and that, and I had about $1,000 worth of Bitcoin at $6,000 or something, and is like you said, it's very volatile, and I had a few altcoins too and whatnot. And anyway, I sold it and just completely liquidated my my portfolio there and moved it into more traditional ways and avenues, and now it's at $30,000 or whatever it is, 29.8. I'm like, man, I wish I'd have kept that there, but that's such is life, huh?
Yeah, you could have retired.
I know it.
I go back to 2009, 2010. I'm
Yep.
running a car wash down in Houston, and I remember a guy coming up to me going, "Hey man, you have any cryptocurrency?" I'm like, I work. There's crackheads all around where I work, so I'm thinking, what is this guy talking about cryptocurrency? Like
Yeah.
he's got a tinfoil hat on.
Yeah.
Man, you for 87 cents you can buy a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
87 cents.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck's a Bitcoin? Like, are we going to go play, at the arcade or something? What is this?
Right.
And now I sit back going, man, I would have given him all the money.
I know it. I remember seeing the stat. It was 2010. If you would have invested $1,000 into Bitcoin when it first started kind of gaining some notoriety, and this was a couple years ago, when it was at like 13,000 or whatever, it'd be worth 150 million or something like that. And I was just like, man, missed the boat on that one. Of course, when it came out, if I'd have had $1,000, I'd have felt rich anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a funny thing about missing the boat on that. I think something that has been interesting for us, being in the helping people plan with their finances. A lot of times you mention the term, financial planning or so forth, and people automatically think like a stockbroker. What stocks are hot? Tell me what to buy. Let's get in, let's get out, and trying to time the market. And, we go back to the old saying, it's not about timing the market, but about time in the market.
Sure.
And we become emotional coaches for people that, you and I thought before, like you want to achieve a goal, find someone to keep you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we were at. We found that our clients who did not just lose their mind back in March and go, I'm losing everything, and actually stayed in it, they made money this year.
Oh yeah,
Right.
sure.
Yeah. And so for us to, when someone starts thinking about, okay, only the wealthy have a financial planner. No, actually, just average Joe on the street, you'd be surprised sometimes has a financial planner. And having someone to help keep you accountable, get those finances in order, get that financial junk drawer sorted out. So when the boat does get rocky, you got someone to go, hey man, what are we doing? How are we acting? We're calling the audible on this. What are we doing?
Right.
And that's been a huge experience just this year. Taylor's been doing this a lot longer than I have, but even as he said, he's never seen anything like this before.
Mm.
So,
Emotional coach is a good way to put it, because God knows we get emotional when things get crazy. And to have a rational, level-headed person on your side doesn't hurt.
definitely. Absolutely.
You guys have any resolutions in 2021? Y'all play that game?
Man, I have
lose weight.
The usuals?
Guy and I were just talking. I was like, I got on the scale the other day, and I've never seen that number before. I didn't recognize that number. I'm like, man, forget COVID-19. I gained the COVID-25. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too, man. I've had a good year at the table.
Yeah, I think resolution-wise, it was something Taylor and I talked about, and also our other partner Evan, which I hope for you guys to meet soon. He got married this year in the midst of COVID, so that's a good shout out for him. But the aspect of, okay, we've come out sharper in this, and we know there's a ton of people who are kind of like just scatterbrained with, okay, what do we do now? And as I told y'all from the get-go, our idea is to, how do we head north? We still have these small towns. Y'all are in the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in Prosper and Slime, we're very familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got an office in McKinney now on the square.
Cool.
Awesome.
And just start being able to brand ourselves there.
Yeah.
To brand ourselves in the Prosper, Salina, Gunner area, and get back to, hey, we're not wearing a three-piece suit. We're old country boys and Wranglers and boots, and want to sit down and let's figure out how to hammer this out. So if someone's looking for that accountability or that friendly face to shoot them straight, not tell them what to do, but to walk with them and help give them the advice that they might be seeking. That's what teleos is all about. As we said before, teleos is Greek for to see through to completion. And that's, I would say, is our overall goal for 2021.
I like that.
I do too. That's a positive note to start the year off with.
Yeah, that was great.
So,
well, hey, thank you guys for taking the time today, and we appreciate you coming back on the show.
Hey, man, anytime. Let us know when we're going to do the food episode. I actually have the chef coming to my house today for lunch, so we need to get over to Weatherford and get that happening for you guys. That'd be awesome.
I can't
let's
wait.
do that.
I'm hungry right now, so it's I want to do it even more.
Absolutely.
I actually sent you a picture of the ham that I was butchering.
Okay.
Accidentally.
I got that, yeah. I was like, what is this?
Well, guys, we appreciate it. Let's do the food episode soon, and we'll be in touch.
Teleos Financial, Guy Charles, and Taylor Manning, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see you guys. There they go. Welcome, Miss Dumpster Diva.
Hello.
Welcome back, the Siren Zone.
Yeah, second time
Good to be
back.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
What's been going on? It's we were just talking earlier in this episode that you were our first interview of 2020.
Oh, wow.
And now the third of 2021, technically.
Yeah. But first show still.
First show.
Yeah.
You made it in. How things been?
Been doing good. A lot has happened since I've been
So
here the last.
when we talked to you last, you were buying the house. I think you
Yeah,
were
well-
waiting on your McKinney house to sell.
Yeah, yeah. And I was in Melissa, but yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, and I hadn't, I didn't even have a contract.
Yeah.
I had my fingers crossed, toes crossed that it would work out good, and thank God it did. So we
were
finally
rooting
closed.
for you, and it looks like
Yeah.
by the looks of that house over there, you've been doing some work too.
Yeah, we've worked and worked and
Yeah.
worked.
It looks
Then,
great.
now I'm ready to change some things.
Of course. Yeah.
It's the girl thing.
Husband's going,
It's been 9 months, so
Yeah.
yeah,
9
time to
months.
change.
Yeah, we closed in March, and we've just kept going ever since. So
well, it
it's a
shows
lot
for
of
sure.
work.
You walk by
Absolutely.
and it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
we're
recently,
enjoying it.
you got your driveway done.
Yes.
Bet you love that.
Love it.
Mhm.
It looked like an earthquake had gone through it. It was
Yeah.
horrible. And so the next one, probably in a few weeks, is the patio in the back.
Okay.
It's a huge patio.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of broken up, you just walking along and boop, you fall over because the lumps and everything. So we're excited to get that back patio done before spring so
Yeah.
we can enjoy it out there.
Cool. The
That's
color looks cool.
Yeah,
What
thank
is that? Gray or?
Yeah, it's actually a really light gray called silver screen. Silver
Okay.
screen with a dark gray trim. Yeah.
Huh.
It was just I wanted to actually do like a navy blue with white trim, but with all the trees and it kind of sits back, it would just still kind of disappear. So we wanted something to pop. So I let him get his way with that one.
That's good.
Sometimes that's good, though.
Dude, right?
Yeah,
Dude.
we call him dude. Yeah.
Dude got his way.
Diva and the dude. Yeah, every once in a while I'll go ahead and let him just make him think it's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Keep him around.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get his way every
Happy.
once in a while, he's
He's
gonna
pretty
go.
handy, right?
He's all right. He'll ask me, "Did you miss me today?" I say, "Well, I missed the roaring of that saw going on, but yeah."
So, how has Leonard welcomed you? I mean, you got the business going now here.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. I mean, it's been great. It's like the old school small town vibe. It's really good. I mean, I've probably gained about 10 pounds from all the people literally bringing me pies. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And Eddie
Yeah.
Sutter, well, he's awesome. He's like my side neighbor.
Yep.
And so we saw him out there mowing one time. So we thought, elderly people shouldn't be. Not that Eddie's old.
Sure. Sure.
But my husband just gets on his thing, and when he mows his. Just being neighborly.
Sure.
And next thing you know, a couple of days pass. Here comes old Eddie coming. Here's you a pie. I'm like, awesome.
That's
We
fine.
interviewed him 4 episodes after yours.
Oh yeah, I
Yep.
love him.
Yeah.
He's
He's great.
the best neighbor you could ever ask for.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He knows a lot about Leonard too.
Yes,
So,
he's shared a lot with me about the house, and
yeah,
the history of the house, and all that good stuff. So it's kind of cool.
that's awesome. How's the because you're here over here off the square now, right?
Mhm,
How's
yeah.
that going?
It's good. I mean, we're not all the way open yet. We're
Sure.
still working on the building,
Gotcha.
and that came after we had that little summer sale here.
Little
Oh,
farmers
yeah.
market,
Yeah, the
quote
farmers
unquote
market.
farmers
Yeah,
market.
yeah. I think that was our first one that y'all
Yep.
had.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Johnson came to me and like the week later and offered me the building. So he's letting me kind of take my liberty to do what I want to with it.
Cool.
That's
really,
awesome.
They're really good people.
Was that your grand opening on the second
It
annual?
was kind of a soft opening
Yeah.
just because we had that deal that same day. And
Yep.
so I scrambled for a week to scooch everything kind of in one room and
Yep.
hide things behind old
Did you get a lot of
doors and
folks
stuff.
come by?
Yeah.
Good.
It was almost a sellout of all my smalls and stuff.
Cool.
It was really good.
Yeah, the that event was awesome.
Yeah.
We were talking to the barbecue guys that were here that
Mhm.
day. They came by earlier, and that event was sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of my old time because they're, I'm not in McKinney anymore, so
Mhm.
I've had a lot of people. Oh, you're gonna open, So whenever we have anything, they all get here. So
Well, I was selling popcorn that day, and
Yeah.
I'd ask everybody where they came from, and a
Mhm.
lot of people came up to see Dumpster Diva, and they were
Uh-huh.
coming from McKinney and
Yeah,
Princeton
everywhere.
and Farmersville, and
Fort Worth, I don't know where all, but they was
Yeah.
coming.
We talked to somebody that was from far away.
Mhm.
Can't remember
yeah,
who it was, where they were from, but it was a long ways
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So
That's
they,
great.
They also, they told me when I was leaving, they said we'll follow you anywhere, and they've all made good on it.
Cool.
I
That's
had a
awesome.
little yard sale right after I moved in, and I just posted it on my Nestoration page, and I went in the house for a few minutes. Nobody was coming. I thought, well, we live on the road that a lot of cars go, and nobody had really come in, and so I went in. I'm not going to just sit out there and wait on it. My husband came to the door and said, hey, somebody's out there. And I opened the door, and there were like 10 people standing there, and they were all familiar faces from my shop.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And I mean, I stood there from 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
great.
Literally did not move. And it was a steady stream of just constant people coming in, but got rid of a lot of stuff that, from the old house that I'm not using, that kind of deal. So I was like, wow, it's pretty good. Those people
Power
come
of
all
the
way
internet, man.
here, just for that.
That's
and they
awesome.
all love the drive out here, so.
Yeah, that's what we got as well. Was everybody loved the square?
Yeah,
everybody loved
they
the
did.
town. Everybody loves
Yep.
coming out here and just enjoying it.
Usually, if I have somebody that comes out that says, "Oh, it was a nice drive out," I send them towards Valley Creek, going that way. I tell them that's just a really pretty drive, and so a lot of people just take off and drive that way and see
Yeah.
what
That's
it's all
awesome.
about. So yeah, let
Cool.
them know.
Good deal. Any plans for the future?
Just
Anything-
whatever
anything
the Lord
big?
leads. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
I
keep
mean,
going. huh?
I'm honestly, I'm very content where I'm at, and
Yeah.
whatever God has planned is what I'm gonna roll with. So,
Sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Any
Had a lot planned for 2020. I kind of hope it slows down a little.
2020 was one for the books for sure.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you just have to take it with a grain of salt and
Right.
just keep your head up and keep going.
That's it.
you fell in love with any places here? Little spots to eat or
Have y'all ventured around much
Yeah.
outside? Of
Well, we
Leonard?
go through like old roads that don't look,
Sure.
and we like to just go around that way. And we like to go to Leah's and eat
Oh, sure.
Florentine's. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
and that little gas station.
yeah.
The
Yeah, I
Mobile?
know it's this.
Oh, that's our spot.
no,
That is
which
our
one is
spot.
called?
The mobile
I
The
don't-
service center.
or the
Yeah,
Leonard Service Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love them.
Yeah.
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 Best burger.
You'll
around.
find us
I
there
eat
about
breakfast.
1:30.
Yeah, we eat breakfast there a lot.
We always intend to. So
We
don't
talk
make
we
it-
talk about eating
Yeah.
breakfast there a lot.
Yeah, I call it that proverbial hole in the wall. You know,
Oh, it
where
is,
you just
yeah.
think gas station. But
I used
yeah,
to
it's
work at
really
that
good.
gas station.
Really? Yeah, all that full service that's like takes you back away.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
We enjoy that spot a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just quiet and
Yeah.
Good French fries, good burger.
Yeah. I
Good
don't
breakfast.
remember if I've had. I know we've had lunch there, but I don't remember what I
Get
had.
the
But I
burger.
usually get.
yeah.
Have to try it.
You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
We need to go for breakfast too.
I know.
It's a good breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like old school breakfast.
So have you made it out to like White Riot at all or
Oh yeah,
over there?
yeah. White Right. We run through Trenton and White
Sure.
Right, and we go through a lot of different roads to get where we're going.
Just to-
Sometimes just to go,
Yeah.
we go out through Bailey a lot and Randolph,
Mm-hmm.
and that area to go towards White. Well, I don't know what the roads are called. I
Sure.
think 79 or 69 or I don't know.
69 and then
11.
11.
Yeah.
Yes, 11. That's
Yeah.
how I remember 11. So we go 11 to do
You
stuff.
probably got your eyes peeled for some picking, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
We've stopped at a few little things, and there's a place in White Right. He's got a bunch of junk out there. You know what I'm talking about?
Not off the top of my head.
Like if you go to White Right and you're there in downtown from here, and you take a right,
Mm-hmm.
and go about a mile, I guess. And he's on the right hand side.
Oh, okay.
He just literally, I think he just gets a truck full and just dumps it right there, and it's like Hicker's paradise. You don't think there'd be much stuff that you could use as far as, because it looks like a bunch of just mangled up
Stuff.
metal mess, you know. But you can get out there and pick a little bit of stuff out.
Really
Cool.
Yeah.
I bet Jim knows about it.
I bet he does.
You gotta, not have thin skin to go do stuff
Sure.
like that. Get your
Yeah.
tetanus shot and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I
we
stepped
came
on a
across-
nail last year, so I got mine.
Yeah, you're good then. Might as well go.
I got mine because I hooked myself with a fish hook.
Oh, you
good.
did. Was that this year?
That was it was
Oh.
no it was not. It was 2019.
2 years ago this month, my husband, aka Dude, he about took off 3 fingers with the table saw. So yeah, he's good on his tetanus.
Did take off
No,
or
it-
about took off?
It just about did.
Oh.
I mean, it took a little padding off the top of one of them, but this
It
one,
got stopped before.
he was running through like that, and it went whoop, and then, but the one that got, we call, well, we, you know us, we aggravate, but it looks like he put his finger in a pencil sharpener, so shaved it, so it's skinnier at the tip. And that fingernail is really tough and hard, so we call it the chicken beak.
Chicken beak.
Yeah, we act up all the time. But
I'd call them salad fingers.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. There's a video on YouTube, salad fingers. Anyway,
yeah, that's funny. But no, he's doing all right. But we did aggravate him like that night. My daughter
Better watch
said,
out aggravating him though.
I
He
know,
might come
I
mess
know.
with you with it.
He'd cut my jugular with that thing. But my daughter asked him that
Can
night.
opener.
She said, "Do you want to come over and eat finger foods?" So that's just give you a little taste of what we're like in our family.
Oh,
There's
man.
no mercy.
brutal.
Yeah,
That is brutal.
yep, it's pretty bad.
I'm reminded of the Wayne's World with a guy with a weird eye, and he's like, "No, there's nothing wrong with that weird eye, because I'd like to think I have an eye for detail.
Yeah.
Cross the T's and dot the lowercase J's."
Yeah.
Well,
Anywho, thanks for coming in today.
You're
Good to have you back. Good
good
to
to
see you
be
doing
here.
well here in town. Sorry, you
last
got
question.
You got something else there, James?
any resolutions?
Oh, I
Good
make
call.
a resolution just about every day.
Oh, okay.
Try
Yeah.
to do, better, be a better person.
Sure, sure.
Make a better life for
The
somebody
year-long
else.
resolution is
Yeah.
what I like to call it,
Yeah, yeah.
or lifelong
Yeah,
actually.
because, resolutions are usually just empty promises that nobody ever keeps.
I know.
So I
I
try to
know.
keep it real. Like,
I-
I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to lose weight. That's
Yeah.
my resolution.
I saw
That's true.
somebody wrote a parody song. It was the most depressing thing ever. It was this cleverly worded song about resolutions,
Oh.
and it ended up and it said, "But really, it's the new year, same you."
Yeah,
And I was like, man,
exactly.
Yeah.
that hurts
Yeah.
my feelings. I
Yeah.
feel attacked by this.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that January 17, 18, somewhere around there is like the most depressing day of the year,
Oh.
based off resolutions failing.
Already.
Yeah. Time of year just
Yeah.
being gloomy weather. Credit card bills start to hit from Christmas,
Oh,
blah,
I
blah, blah.
imagine.
So that
Yeah, I
supposedly those are the
Yeah.
worst days of the year.
And all the gym memberships are way up. So
Yeah.
now's
Yeah.
the time to open a gym or come out with some kind of fake
Yep.
thing to
Shake weight or something.
Yeah.
I said I'm going to open
gimmick.
a gym called Slim Gym.
Yeah.
We haven't done it yet.
It's just a
Maybe.
just a ton of jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So- Hey, it's spelt.
This is
it's-
great.
It says GYM.
Yeah. Best gym I've been to,
Yeah,
though.
that's about it.
Yeah, and I bet all the people that actually work out get depressed because now they have to wait to do their,
Oh, yeah.
the gyms are full, you know. So,
It's crazy.
I mean, I would think, I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't go to mine that I pay for.
That's just what they say. That's what I
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah, my resolution is to stop paying for my gym.
Yeah. Like invest it somewhere else.
Exactly.
We just had a financial episode,
Oh,
so he
yes.
just.
We did.
I think his eyes are open now.
Yeah.
That's it.
For a
That's
day
it.
or two.
I'm gonna stop buying all those lottery tickets. But what happens if I
The
like?
next
If you
one,
win,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you win, you get to laugh at a lot of people.
That's true.
It's one of those crazy things where you see people, they just went and bought, a ton of them, and then they locked up the very next person won something.
Oh,
It's
man.
like, wow, could have been that.
I've
big.
seen that in Vegas at slot machines.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
That's-
I've never
that's
been there.
heartbreaking.
I don't play the lottery or anything,
Yeah.
but I could just see people's face going, man, I just wasted all that money.
and that guy got the benefit of it.
One more ticket would have made it.
Primed it.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, again, thanks for coming in and talking
You're
with
welcome.
us.
I enjoyed it.
Glad
It
to
was
see
a
you're
long
doing-
ride. It took me like half a minute.
Yeah, you're close by. Glad to see you're doing good here.
Yeah.
You're doing
And
really good. We really enjoy it.
glad the square's looking better
Yeah.
and the Connet Street's looking better
yeah,
too.
We're
It
trying.
is.
We're trying.
It
Keep
is.
up the good work.
All
Thank you
right,
very much,
appreciate it.
Miss Melissa
Thank you.
Cervantes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And there she goes, Miss Dumpster Diva. Thanks for coming in. That was awesome.
It was awesome, man. I think it's pretty awesome that she was our first, guest of last year,
Yeah.
and she is one of the first here,
Yep.
first show. So, it was all downhill after her last year.
Yeah,
so,
man,
so.
it was kind of fun to go back through that today
Yeah, it was.
and see the digression of the year and of our schedule, really.
Yeah, it was funny. I expected during the whole quarantine and the pandemic and everything for us to be doing a lot of podcasts, but it didn't turn out
work
that
out.
way. Yeah, professionally, we both got busy. People were, it was weird to be doing it.
Mhm.
And it was just, it was kind of weird.
It's hard to approach strangers and tell them to come sit within 6 feet of you.
Yeah, it really
These
is.
days.
It really is.
But big thanks to all the people that did.
Absolutely. And, we were just talking a little bit ago. Excuse me. We were talking a little bit ago about how the podcast is kind of established a little bit, and I think we're kind of hitting our stride. We try to do local business, local folks, and then branch out here and there. And our viewership or listenership has maintained levels, and I'm glad people stuck through the dry spells.
Yeah, it was a little tough, and we don't know what we're doing either.
No, I mean it's still, you'd think
It's quite evident.
our third calendar year of doing it. It's
Yeah.
we're working into our second year, but we started in 2019. We did it all through 2020. Now we're starting 2021. You'd think we'd figure out things, but
I'm comfortable now.
yeah, I still get a little bit of like, I hope this goes all right.
Every once in a while, I'll catch myself looking at you like you're naked. Just I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I worded that wrong.
that's all right.
Picturing you with your clothes off
That makes me
or
feel
something
weird.
like that. Let's start this over.
Speaking of awkward, I loved your salad fingers reference.
Oh yeah,
I
I didn't know if that was off time.
But
or not.
it wasn't for me. I mean, she probably has no idea what it was,
Yeah.
but I was unaware that you knew what it was.
Oh, I've been watching Salad Fingers for over 10 years.
Well, oddly enough, I read about salad fingers today in an article before I came up here for the
Weird.
podcast because, as of January 12th, there will be no more updates and everything will be pulled from Adobe's Flash. And that was Salad Fingers was a big Flash thing that's in anyway, I just find it odd that we were talking about salad fingers and I read about them today.
That's very strange.
Yeah.
You've seen the videos, right?
Oh, of course. Yes.
bet Cumberdale.
With my rusty salad fingers and spoons.
Your rusty spoon.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre thing.
Man.
Please do not go watch it. You're going to think less of
No,
us.
go do it.
Okay.
Go do it.
Yeah.
Go watch Salad Fingers.
Yeah.
It is questionably kid appropriate. It's not bad.
No,
it's just
but it's
dark.
Yeah, it's dark, surrealist, kind of like Salvador Dali art.
Yeah.
But I guess it'll make you wonder why I watch it. Probably.
Whenever you think people aren't up to much in general, you'll look at this and go, "Wow, people are up to some crazy things."
Yeah, people do weird things, man.
Speaking of which, that we didn't really get into the Texas tea incident.
Okay, so
And this by the way, I've seen you post a bunch of memes about
Yeah.
it, but I'd seen other people post a bunch of memes about it, but never saw it come up in my feeds organically.
So I saw it first before I saw the memes. I saw it on TikTok.
Okay.
And I saw that dude bash that other guy in the face, and it was super satisfying.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that guy was asking for it. And but man, the memes that came up. You've seen the one, right, where the guy goes, he says he's in bed. And he hears something. He goes, "Who's there?" And he undoes his safe by his bed to get his gun, but it's a Twisted Tea. You picked the wrong house, fella.
Yeah.
I even made an original meme for it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was,
was
it was the C-17 dropping the parachute bomb, and the
Oh,
bomb was
okay.
Twisted Tea, and I said spotted over DC.
Nice.
Yeah.
I tried to make one the other day, but I couldn't find the picture I wanted to work with.
Well, I've got to figure out Photoshop mix better. There's a couple of our friends that have that down pretty well, and my execution of the meme was not great. But
I was going to go with, and I'll tell you, because you were there for the photo, the trip we went to St. Augustine.
Mhm.
I have a picture of me in a bathing suit on the beach running to catch a Frisbee.
Yes.
And it's like perfectly timed. Frisbee's almost in my hand. I'm, stretched out to catch it.
Yeah.
Well, my brother took the photo and pixelized my bathing suit to where it looked like I was naked. It looks like I'm naked and it's just all blurred.
That's funny.
So I thought it'd be funny to put a Texas or Twisted Tea behind the blur.
Yeah.
As if it's maybe in my bathing suit area, and it's clear. I mean, I thought it was funny. That's the first thing that came to mind.
That's funny.
I think it actually, Joe Mack maybe inspired my thoughts on that with his AR.
Oh, yeah.
Built out of Twisted Teas.
So here's another buddy of mine that we were talking about the other day that has the Tech Breakfast podcast, he posted on his Facebook today. He got I don't know if it was like a gun box or something, but it had a sticker that said "not legal in California." And he commented, he said, "This feels like a tattoo I need." And I'm like, that is actually a brilliant idea.
That's awesome. I sent you a video, I think through maybe Instagram, of the Twisted Tea punch set to a Dave Matthews song.
No.
Oh, you didn't get it?
No.
If you could link up your Bluetooth to the Roadcaster, just YouTube it and we can at least hear it.
Let's see here.
And get your reaction to it, because it cracked me up. I showed my wife last night and she thought it was funny.
Is it discoverable?
Yeah, YouTube, Twisted Tea, Dave Matthews.
Well, I'm trying to.
Oh, sorry, I'm the Bluetooth. Yeah. I'll turn it off. Unpair. Would you like to unpair? Yes. Unpaired. Okay, so now it should be discoverable.
All right, so let me try this again. Settings.
Sorry,
Bluetooth.
I figured you had seen it.
I have not. Okay, so I'm connected. So go to YouTube.
All right, done. Yep, go to YouTube. Search the old Twisted Tea Dave Matthews, and it is perfect. I'll turn it up a little bit.
Twisted Tea Dave Matthews.
And you guys listening at home, you got to go watch this.
Here's one that's 20 seconds long.
That's probably it.
Is this going to have questionable content in it?
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll edit and post if it does.
Yeah. It's really the intro that we want to hear.
All right. That's too much. That's that song.
Yeah.
My favorite Dave Matthews song.
You like it?
Yeah. It's the only Dave Matthews song I like. Golly. Yeah.
Is that great?
That is fantastic.
I mean, not knowing about it and hearing those first 3 beats, literal beats.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going on here? Oh, okay, that's great.
Listen, let me tell you something. I watched that video, and I'm gonna out myself here a little bit, but several years ago when I was a young hooligan, I had a situation in Denton, Texas that involved some fisticuffs, if you will.
Twisted Tea wasn't out back then.
No, it wasn't. But there were other twisted drinks probably involved.
4 Locos.
Yeah, maybe.
Those are bigger.
Yeah, they are, and probably more violent. Just
caffeine packed.
But there was a man who tried to assault me, and I got the better of him. But he was so intoxicated that I don't think he realized how injured he was, and he jumped up after a pretty significant injury to him. And when I watched the this Twisted Tea thing, that guy took that to the face and then bounced back up.
Yeah.
Right? And that was what my mind immediately went back to was 10 or 15
I know
years
what
ago.
he was thinking there. He had to have been thinking, like, just knowing that he got beat.
Yeah.
He got up and was like, all he's telling himself is, I just got beat, you have to do something. And he went, and just like stuck his arms out mummy style and tried to go for that. I think the jugular with his hands.
Well, if you watch the longer video, he still doesn't come out on top.
Oh, yeah, I saw. He got a few rights to the jaw.
But I was...
He went, okay.
But I was reading an article about this situation, and they said he was so juiced that he got up, and I was like, I'm glad it wasn't just me. I thought I was a wimp, you know.
The first time I watched the video, I'd heard the okay and the smack, and I was like, somebody's gonna make a remix. Antoine Dobson remix. Yeah. And the next post, I was like, Oh, Dave Matthews. Cool. It's already been done.
Yeah. People are funny, man. Look, there's a lot of upheaval in our world right now. Coronavirus, politics, wars, pestilence. It reads like a book out of the Bible, Revelations.
Yep.
But the silver lining to all this is the cultural meme making
reaction.
And the cultural reaction is always
ability to find humor in dark subject matter.
It really is, and I hope I don't offend anyone here. But Jennifer Aniston got in trouble because she posted on her Instagram a picture of a Christmas ornament that said "Our First Pandemic 2020," and it was a Christmas ornament. And the wailing and gnashing of teeth about her not being sensitive was disgusting.
Really?
And I commented because I argue with people online because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I posted, and I was like, guys, she's just bought a Christmas ornament. Like, stop
I
being
mean,
so
really,
sensitive.
it's a badge of honor for everybody that has on the world on the globe.
It's fine.
We got through something.
Yeah. And it's a cheeky remembrance of this thing, right?
Yep.
And somebody said, oh, so it's funny to make fun of X, Y, and Z and this and that. And I wrote back and I said, yes, it is. It's okay. You don't have to like it. I'm not saying you have to like it, but it's okay for her to make fun. It's okay to deal with it however she wants to deal with it. It's okay for you to be offended too, but
you can also unfollow her.
You absolutely, right? You can unfollow her and not watch any of her movies. But you got to get out there and virtue signal. But I'm the king of that too, so I'm always yelling about that crap. So,
you said something about Doomsday. I was really impressed with Match.com's new commercials. Have you seen them?
I have not.
In which, and I don't know if the female role has a character that she's living up to, but she's dating Satan.
Okay.
And Satan represents 2020. It's a very bold statement.
Wow. Yeah.
And at the end of it, they're both like sitting on a park bench overlooking New York skyline, and like these huge asteroids coming out of the sky, like just Earth is being demolished.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty bold campaign.
I'm going to go look that up.
Go look it up. There's a couple different versions, I think, of the same commercial, maybe chopped up different ways.
So Match.com is a somewhat of a prospective customer of mine, and I know their technical team pretty well. I'm gonna reach out to a couple of those guys and see what their opinions are on that.
No, it's a pretty bold campaign, and basically the message is 2020 is going to be better.
2021, you mean?
Or sorry, 2021 will be better.
Well, if you're dating Satan, I think your next guy.
We just dated Satan, and now hopefully,
the right one comes.
Yeah.
That's funny. That is bold.
It's an interesting message.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a 2020 movie already in production, like
probably is
a COVID, related.
We spent the 90s and 2000s making them.
Yeah, Contagion
and now we're in it.
What's the Bruce Willis movie? Armageddon. The asteroid.
8 monkeys.
12 monkeys.
7. What was it? 8 monkeys.
12. I think.
12.
Yeah.
That was a. I think we've talked about it on the.
No.
I think we've talked about not that movie, but like movies around pandemics and outbreaks and stuff.
Well, so I'm a Stephen King fan somewhat, and I read The Stand like late 2019. And The Stand's one of those books, like you read it and like you finish it and you kind of take a deep breath and then you go out to the grocery store and you hear somebody cough and you're like,
hey.
Like don't do that. And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah, so. And that's what we're all like.
Yeah.
Do you get that feeling when you're not needing to wear a mask that you're missing something?
Man, I'm going to tell you, the mask thing to me is
I don't wear it that much. Just because
really
I'm not out in public all that much, but when I don't have it on, then I'll feel like the ring or a watch or a necklace if you wear one.
Yeah, no, I still like without fail. If I get out of my truck to walk into Walmart or something, I have to go back and get my mask. It has not become muscle memory for me. Now, when this first started, I'll be honest, I kind of scoffed at the mask a little bit because a medical professional told me. They said, imagine a chain link fence and you have a handful of marbles and you throw the marbles at the chain link fence. Sure, a few of them are going to get hit by the chain link and drop, but a lot of them's going to get through too.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. So it all became about like emotions to me. But the truth is, it helps some, obviously, but it has been such a hot point for a lot of people. Like, I wear a mask when I go out. If the business requires it, I wear it.
Yep.
I have no problem with it.
Yep.
when I see somebody there without a mask, I don't think anything of it.
Yep.
Like, I don't judge that person. I'm not like, oh, that person's terrible. But you would be amazed at how many people are like, you're a terrible person. You're not wearing a mask.
I've never had anybody approach me about it. I did have one instance walking out of Walmart. I walked right out the door and I took it off right then.
Because you were outside.
And the lady in the segregated, line with the rope down the middle, she looked at me and gave me a look, and I had a feeling what the look was. It could have been she just had that look on her face.
Yeah, she might have just.
I'll give her benefit of the doubt, but
Yeah.
I think she would have provoked something had I not been walking really fast.
Well, I'm not going to out this person, but I know someone personally that was tested negative, tested also to have the antibodies. She forgot her mask, but had to run into a store. Nobody stopped her at the door. There wasn't we require it here or whatever. There was nobody in the store, and she was getting something. A guy rounded the corner. It's about 50, and he said, "You're an inconsiderate person." And she, giving him the benefit
Based
of the
off
doubt,
what he knows of her, that's
Right.
the judgment.
and
Yeah.
she said, "Well, I just forgot my mask, but I literally just came from a testing site. I'm negative. I'm asymptomatic, negative, and I have the antibodies. So I'm actually the safest person in here." And his exact words were, "I don't care." Now,
I just want to complain.
right. And my two feelings to that are, one, he wouldn't have said that to me, I bet.
Correct.
Because I'm 6'5" and 250,
Mhm.
and she's a girl, And two, like, she just told you like, you should be like, oh, okay, like, and I forgot my mask, like, I
She didn't have to
typically do-
give her medical records to a stranger.
Yeah, exactly. But she's understanding that you're concerned, and you still want to. I just don't have time for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so ready for this stuff to be done.
Yeah. Well, there's a vaccine out, but it's not being distributed quick enough.
No, I know. Well, and you have people that said have
Because that's the
pivoted.
next thing about distribution
Well,
is we'll be lucky to have a vaccine this year. Okay, we got it. 2.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be distributed, but it's not being distributed quick enough.
I know
Okay.
people that looked at me sideways because we got our kids vaccinated. Like our kids are vaccinated like most people's are. They looked at me sideways, and we kind of like, I know these people, so whatever. They made kind of whatever comments, but they're all for this vaccination. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't want my kids to get vaccinated, but now there's been one that's rushed, and it's the only time in the world we've ever done an RNA vaccination.
Right.
It's okay. Like, I see what I see.
I got the iPhone too.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway,
Yeah, I'm still not sold on the 10. I'm chilling on that 7.
I need to.
Don't need much more than that, to be quite honest.
I don't care about any of the gadgets other than the camera is so much better now. Like, you
The
can.
3D thing, but I really don't have much use for it.
I don't care about the 3D, but just you can literally make a movie off the new iPhone
Yeah.
camera. I mean, it's as it's HD quality.
Yeah.
So resolutions 2021. Do you have any?
Well, I don't. I've always said that I would keep up the going to the gym routine, and this is 7 years,
Sure.
8 years ago, however long, and it's kind of dwindled since then. Just moving away
Sure.
from McKinney, it's dwindled. We've got the stuff up here. I'd like to get
Yeah.
back into that.
if y'all want to
be
come
honest.
work out, give us a holler.
Yeah, I'd like to get back on that,
Yeah.
and that's
We had a good run for a
yourself
minute.
as well. Yeah,
You know.
you got to get on that too. Keep me accountable. I'll keep you accountable. Maybe
Yeah.
bring it in the warm. It's kind of chilly out there.
Yeah, we need to get a heater.
Yeah.
Or just not be a pansy.
I'd like to get back into a routine of doing something,
Yeah.
lifting something.
I want to, I ran some trail runs back in the day, and I haven't done that lately. The Never Summer Ultra Marathon in Gould, Colorado, July 29th, I believe it is. I'm putting that on the board.
Okay.
I want to start training for that. And,
That's your goal?
yeah, so my goal is to run it and complete it. If history has a say of things, I will sign up for it and I will run it. I won't train for it.
yeah.
Like, I tend to forget, and I'm like, oh man, it's only a week away, and then like I just show up
You just
and
Cram for it.
power through it
Yeah.
and whatever. But I'd like to train for it and do that. I'd like to lean into our YouTube channel a little bit.
Yeah, I
Our
would too.
neglected YouTube channel.
I would too.
So
We could do some stuff with that, I think.
yeah,
We got some stuff in the works too.
we do have some stuff in the works. I think 2021 could be a good year for the Siren, personally,
I'm excited.
if everything cooperates.
We've got two things lined up, 2 episodes lined up. One of them,
Let's talk about that.
we've got, we're going to be talking with the Scogginses,
We are
they were both Michelle
and Mark.
and Mark. Yep.
We're Educators of the Year.
Nominated Educators of the Year here in Leonard. So we'd like to get them on. We said earlier, Eddie on earlier, who got the Legacy Award, and then Mark with the Citizen of the Year. So we're going to round it out with the Educators.
Yep.
And then we're going to start a big series we've got working, the Lee Peacock feud series.
Which has come up on the show a couple times.
We've talked about it a lot. Between, I think, Mike Sutherland, he suggested this guest, Mr. Ronnie Atnip, out of Bonham, who is a local Lee Peacock historian, I guess, a professional of the topic. He's written a book that he's got. I think it's out or coming out, one of the two. He's going to know more about that, of course, and
We'll
he'll let us
verify
know.
that.
But we've got a big Lee Peacock feud 3-part series. Yeah, most likely a 3-part series. Actually, a 4-part, because we'll do a little preface to get everybody on board
A
as what
prologue,
we're talking about. A prologue.
if you will.
Is that the correct one?
It
Correct
isn't
term?
a book.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about a radio show.
Is preface not a book?
Yeah, that's good. The preface, yeah, sure.
Preface?
I can preface this statement by saying XYZ.
Sure.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Or we'll just put out the 3 episodes and then go back and tell the story in 3s.
Yeah.
Is that what Star Wars did?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly right.
I'm not a Star Wars guy.
Star Wars.
But yeah, Ronnie Atnip should be a lot of information and a wealth of knowledge on the topic. I know he's basically a professional Bob Lee. He knows all about him. I've talked to him on the phone a few times, and he's like, well, I don't know if I can go an hour. And he talked to me for 45 minutes
Right.
about Bob Lee's distant family and stuff. So
Yeah.
he's going to have all kinds of stuff to talk about that. And we're going to learn about the murder at the corners
That's awesome.
and present y'all with a radio show based on that.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good little
So that's our
experiment.
big thing we've been working on. I've been working on this one for probably 2 months, just nailing this guy down to a time. I finally got him.
Well, and I mentioned Renee, the AKA the whiskey girl already. I really want to get her in. The Mr. Pickerel, the distillation. What do you call him? A distilling master, a whiskey master. I don't know. Whatever the brew master is for a
Distiller?
yeah.
Distiller?
I guess the chief
A distiller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew and I are big friends for y'all, big fans for y'all listening of Whistle Pig Rye Whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Pickerel was what you would say, what's the word? Instrumental in that success. Well, there is a brand called Woodinville whiskey that they call it his bastard child because he helped these people out of the goodness of his heart. It was a project for him, but he took no payment. He had no ownership in it. It was just kind of a labor of love for him. They're out of Washington State. And let me tell you, I'm here to say it's good. So
Cool.
We're going to have her on. She's going to bring us some goodies, and we'll do a little tasting up here. So
Can't wait.
I cannot wait. So
I'll have to bring some bitters
yeah, make a little
and some
old-fashioned.
simple syrup.
Yep. I'm going to do a little humble brag here.
Yep.
But I went to a Woodinville tasting, and their rye. I'm a big rye fan, and their rye is not actually released to the public. It only goes to restaurants. But there was some sort of mix-up or whatever, and I asked her after the tasting. I was like, "Where can I get the rye?" And she said, "Well, let me tell you, there's a couple of bottles at this liquor store." And I sent my sister, and she got both bottles for me.
Nice.
So I've got 2 of the rye
Cool.
bottles at home. Yeah.
We can surprise her with a bottle already here.
Yeah. Yeah. She actually told me, she said, "Don't break out your stuff. I'll bring the goods."
Cool.
So I was like, hey, that is what I like to hear.
That's good news.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's good. I think, as we talk about leaning into the YouTube channel, we've got some. I don't want to break it out yet because we haven't nailed it in. But I think we've got some good ideas of what we're going to do. So
Tons of ideas. Just a matter of execution.
yeah. Hopefully 2021 will be better for that.
And this is just a side gig for both of us, keep in mind.
Yeah, keep in mind.
This is completely donation, except for the fact that 903 Broadband has totally hooked us up and taken care of us since day one.
They have. We're very appreciative to those guys. Technically right now, I'm unemployed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I the last day of my job was yesterday, but I have a new job starting the 4th.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
I didn't feel bad for a long time there.
Yeah, no, you're like,
There's
wait.
2 seconds of suspense.
Yeah, it was my side gig, Matthew, but now
I
this
guess
is what
so.
I
Yeah,
do.
I'm sorry. I just demeaned you a little bit.
We're setting up a Patreon, guys, so you can fund
Is
my
that why you've
lifestyle.
been sleeping here?
That's it.
Jeez.
Yeah. I
You and the
show up.
family's cooking breakfast. I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, that's my heater.
We got our house repoed. No, I took a new job, so I'm looking forward to starting that on Monday.
New year, new you.
New year, new me, new job.
Cool.
No.
Well, that's exciting,
Yeah,
I guess. It's kind of nerve-wracking to start a new job.
it is, but I'm very excited about it.
That's good.
So it's gonna be a good thing. So
Any other plans in 2021?
running the race. No. Oh well. No, I don't guess so. Really, I've had a momentary thought, but that we had something scheduled, but we don't.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
What about you?
We've got, depending on the Jeep circuit, we'll be going to New Jersey for a show if they still do theirs, which could not happen
Right.
based on their laws and stuff. Should be going to Daytona
Nice.
for a Jeep show there.
Yeah.
Then Mom and Dad are in Panama City Beach with a beach house, and there's a Jeep show there that most likely we'll be at for
I might come help on
a little
that one.
vacation. Yeah, we'll probably be there for a week before,
Yeah.
and then do the show.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get a campaign together for my run for the House.
We might announce your candidacy
For the United States House of Representatives.
in my managerial.
Yeah. Matthew and James go to D.C.
Yeah.
That's just going to be we're going to
Leonard, do y'all want to
that.
send us to D.C.?
Yeah, let me tell you,
District 5, I should say.
if you want your leader, your political leadership to send millions and millions of dollars to foreign countries, don't
vote for
me.
James Hartley. Yeah.
So
That might be the straw that
yeah,
broke the camel's back.
it might be.
Just unleashed a beast.
Yep. Well,
D.C., we're coming for you.
we are. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Execution, once again.
Yeah,
It's
a great
all about
idea.
execution. We never did the check stop thing.
Oh, not yet. We haven't yet.
I feel bad about that, telling our listeners that we went down there and put our picture up and the
I kind
check
of
stop.
forgot about it, to be honest.
Yeah, well, just one of those things.
Yeah.
It's about execution, you know?
I tell you what. Here's our resolution. We're going to get better on execution
Yeah,
for you guys
that's-
this year.
Stop making so many claims.
Grandiose claims. Yeah. I wonder if this will get fact checked.
Probably not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nobody's fact checked us yet.
No.
I think we may be winding down. That puts us at about 2.5 hours, I think,
Man,
on
that's
here today.
you know what? That's
I needed this.
a good way to start the year.
Yeah.
So I would like to say from, at least myself and the 12 o'clock siren, my piece of it, I'm looking forward to a 2021 in Leonard, Texas, and what we do here and just what we do personally and professionally. I think it's going to be a good year.
Yes, sir. I would like to expand on what we've done. We
Thus
were talking.
far?
Yeah, we were talking back after hour, off the air, I guess,
Yeah.
about this becoming somewhat of a thing, maybe a New Year's Day event
Yeah.
where we just come up here and do a
Eat some black-eyed peas.
marathon run,
Yep.
cook up some food, maybe if we have food trucks up here or something.
Yeah. Maybe some entertainment. Who knows?
A little entertainment. Next year it could be something really big. So hopefully this end of the year, year-end review episode maybe blossoms into something that is a cool event.
Yeah, I think so.
But I like the events that we worked on, and I think we're going to do better with them this year
Well,
and more of them because I think we've got them kind of nailed down.
what I think is awesome is we did the farmers market back in May or June, whenever that was,
Mhm.
and it was good. And you heard the barbecue folks talk about it, and they wanted to come back when we had the second one, which we parlayed into the second annual craft fair. Kind of joined forces with them. is it got better.
Yep.
So we started something and it was good,
Yep.
but the second one was even better.
Yep.
So hopefully we can keep that trend going.
Look for maybe a spring event.
Yeah.
If I can incorporate crawfish into it, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I
man.
know you're gonna.
I was gonna say something. We were talking about the jalapenos. Like, how many times did you, how quick did you learn not to touch your eyes or something?
Yeah.
And when he was like, "Oh, pretty quick," and I said, I wanted to say,
You were
Matthew-
thinking crawfish too.
I was.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, Matthew and I are kind of crawfish aficionados, and a pro when they go into the bathroom and they wash their hands first.
Yep.
That guy's been around the block.
I wonder if they do crawfish.
I don't know. They should.
They
We
might
should.
start.
Yeah. Yeah. I love crawfish, man.
It's about that season.
It is about that
It's coming
season.
up.
I already saw somewhere. Already
Nate's
had
has
it.
got them.
Yeah.
They've got Louisiana crawfish, $7-8 a pound, I think.
Let's go. Let's go do that.
Need to.
Maybe that'll be a first teaser for our YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll do a little venture.
Watch Matthew and James eat
Gorge
more,
ourselves.
more crawfish than they're supposed to.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I enjoyed it. This is a good way to start off 2021. To be honest.
I'm very positive about 2021 and look forward to doing some more episodes with you and getting this little podcast further down the road.
Yep. Y'all, Happy New Year. Have a good one.
Thank you.